800-362-8370.
The biggest advancement in hair restoration since the hair transplant. Our physicians will use the patient's own stem cells to rebuild and dramatically reduce additional hair loss, improving hair density 30 to 40% for men and women. Google the Stem Cell Restoration Clinic for a quote today.
Hey, it's Ross, and I want you to know how much I trust L&L Heating and Air Conditioning. I have not used any other HVAC company in our home since I first met L&L about 7 years ago. They are that good. One of the things I appreciate about them so much is how hard they will try to get to you quickly and get the work done quickly, unlike other contractors who might leave you waiting for days or even a week, even in the winter when you need heat. Not L&L. Learn more at bestdenverhvac.com.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's.
Mostly sunny skies for your Friday. Temperatures safely warming back up into the mid to low 50s, light wind. So overall, a great day to get outside. 50s last through Saturday as well. I'm Fox 31 Pinpoint Weather Team meteorologist Kylie Burse.
MVP's bonus days are back for pros at Lowe's. Now through January 20th, pros save and earn bonus points on top brands like DeWalt. Join Lowe's MVP's program today and shop bonus days only at Lowe's.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver, an iHeart radio station. Available everywhere. Download the free iHeart Radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
ABC News, I'm Rena Roy. A judge in New York has sentenced the Trump Organization to a fine of $1.6 million for tax fraud. No jail time given. Former President Trump was never charged, only his company for the criminal conduct of top executives being compensated off the books. A special counsel now investigating President Biden and the finding of classified documents in private locations linked to the president. The White House calling the matter an inadvertent mistake.
They don't have a clear explanation right now, especially for why they didn't disclose that second batch of classified information sooner. They knew about this when they acknowledged that first batch earlier this week that was discovered at the president's private office here down the street. We have pressed the White House repeatedly on this. The press secretary was really hammered yesterday about this, and they just insist that there was an ongoing review. Of course, that review was ongoing when they acknowledged the first batch.
ABC's Mary Bruce. Another American held in Russia is back home. Navy veteran Taylor Dudley released after a 9-month detention, reportedly for illegally crossing the border. This is ABC News. A rally today on Long Island, New York, against embattled Congressman George Santos, who admits to lying during his campaign about his resume and his personal life and is refusing to resign.
In an interview on Steve Bannon's podcast with fill-in host Matt Gaetz, a fellow House Republican, Santos remarkably said he's an honest man.
Look, I've worked my entire life. I've lived an honest life. I've never been accused of anything bad doing.
But that's not true. He's already facing multiple investigations at home and abroad. Authorities in Brazil reviving a fraud case looking into whether Santos used a stolen checkbook to buy clothes. And here in the U.S., he's accused about lying about his life story.
ABC's Jonathan Carl. It's Friday the 13th, and for those feeling lucky, the Mega Millions jackpot is up for grabs tonight with a whopping $1.35 billion prize. But don't bet the farm. Odds of winning are about 1 in 302 million. Rena Roy, ABC News.
I wanted to know why some people who get COVID-19 get it so bad. I found out it may be because they have a high risk factor, such as heart disease, diabetes, being overweight, smoking, and asthma. Even if symptoms feel mild, these factors can increase your risk of COVID-19 turning severe. So if you're at high risk and test positive, there are things you can do, like asking your healthcare provider if an authorized oral treatment is right for you. Learn about an option at treatcovid19.com. This message is sponsored by Pfizer.
My ride smells just right, just right, just right, just right. I gotta try that Febreze car. Just right, just right, just right. La 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 la. It's up to 40 days of consistency. All over Febreze car clips right on your bed. You know my car's my happy place. Keep a smile on my face when it smells just right, just right, just right. Yeah, breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
KHOW News Time, 10:03.
A lawsuit filed against the social media app Snapchat after several teenagers died following the purchase of fentanyl-laced drugs on the app. One of the victims was 18-year-old Max Osterman of Thornton. The lawsuit says he died of fentanyl poisoning after taking a Percocet pill sold to him on Snapchat. The Social Media Victims Law Center filed the suit on behalf of the families of 8 victims from across the country.
It's wrong to buy drugs. People shouldn't do that. It's wrong to sell drugs. People shouldn't do that either. But it's also wrong to provide a platform that you know is going to be used for drugs and turn a blind eye.
He says he will continue to hold the company legally accountable for the sale of illicit drugs on its site and its features that allow drug dealers to operate without fear of facing justice for their crimes. The program that provides food stamps to Colorado residents facing major funding cutbacks. The recently passed federal spending bill will end extra emergency pandemic funding for SNAP and other assistance programs in March. That's the latest. I'm Chad Bauer.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Dell Technologies.
A return to calm driving throughout the Denver metro as we hit that 10 o'clock hour. I-25 north and southbound, no complaints into and out of the downtown area. Up on the northeast end, I-76 westbound approaching 74th. A recent accident has been all cleared up. We're seeing traffic return to normal. However, slow speeds remain back from 74th. Just south of there, I-270 westbound, slow traffic approaching Vasquez. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies today with highs in the low 50s. Overnight low of 29 degrees. Tomorrow, cloudy again, warmer with a high of 53. The current temperature in Denver is 38 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Dell Technologies provides growing businesses with tools to do incredible things, because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel V Pro that's built for business, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
This year is the year to learn a new language with Rosetta Stone. No matter what's inspiring you to learn a language, travel, work, family, or just for fun, the Rosetta Stone app makes it easy to get started and stay motivated to reach your goals. Right now, get a lifetime unlimited subscription with forever access to all 25 of Rosetta Stone's languages for 40% off. Visit rosettastone.com today and save 40%. Rosetta Stone, how language is learned.
Thinking about buying or selling real estate? Get free advice from Frank Duran, therealestateman.com.
We offer free home market analysis and free home buyer consultations. Let our years of experience help you get what you want in the time you want. There simply is no substitute for drive, self-discipline, passion, and experience.
I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino, urging you to use Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. With RE/MAX Alliance, 303-920-1622.
Inflation Salvation. Keep listening every weekday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. for your chance to win $1,000. Just listen for the hourly keyword, then enter it at khow.com.
I'm on it every hour. It was so easy.
Thank you so much. Sponsored by Guy Rees.
Brighten your home and save 10% on Benjamin Moore paint by joining the Guy Rees loyalty program. Stop by a store or go to GUIRYS.com to sign up today. Guy Rees, your neighborhood paint store since 1899.
Denver's talk station has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bank. That's bank. Enter it now at khow.com. Inflation Salvation on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. How are you doing today? This show brought to you by waterpros.net. The best drinking water at your kitchen fountain. Under $1,000, you can't beat that price ever. And you can't beat any of their systems. Waterpros.net. Don't even think about a water system without them. Hey, what about you? What are you doing today? Today's car day. Now, as car day, we don't just take cars, but we do take a lot of cars. We like to hold them for today so we can have our experts. Now, our experts, by the way, are here. And they have various things they like doing in their shops. I mean, Like, I think that we have Jeff Vick at Kimmer. He does Kimmer Transmission, does mostly transmissions and other things like that, drivetrain, and he'll do other work for his customers. Then we have Kevin Calkin, an all-around guy. And, Kevin, do you do engine rebuilds? You don't in-house builds, do you?
We don't do any tranny or engine rebuilds, just replacements, yeah.
Okay. And, but you also do electrical, which is really crazy.
Yeah, it's tough stuff. These cars are getting more complicated.
Are you doing EV vehicles yet?
Not a lot.
How about you, Jeff? Oh, there's no transmissions in them.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of purpose for us.
Right. And it's really fun, though. What do you think? EVs, they're not quite ubiquitous, but I'm seeing them quite a bit, but not quite common.
Yeah. I think they should have stuck with the hybrid. I don't know why they passed over that.
To me, I think, here's my opinion. You got two, if you're going to do away with crap, you got two systems to worry about now. You got batteries, you got transmissions, you got a bastardized version of each, in my opinion. Whereas if you go electric, you don't have a transmission. You don't have brakes to worry about. Well, you do, but not to worry about. You don't have a lot of lubes in certain places. A lot of stuff is sealed, self-lubricated, lifetime, blah, blah, blah. I mean, what service is there in an electric car?
Very little.
You got tires and brakes, but brakes last over 100,000 because when you pull your foot off the gas, off the accelerator, I should say, when you pull it off, it has a braking, the engine, if you want it to. You can relax that a bit. You can turn it on or off, and as you know, Mark, and my son is enjoying that. He never uses the brake, never.
I didn't know you could adjust that. That's funny.
Now, I think you can, Mark. I think you can take that off so it freewheels a little more. Something like, I remember the adjustment. Yeah, it's in his and definitely in yours. And I
like it. I'm used to basically you let go and it stops.
Now, because I put a deposit earlier, Mark and I were both talking about getting cars, right? And we both put deposits down. He went through with his sale. I didn't. My wife I took her for a ride in my son's car that I got him, a little Tesla. She hated it.
They're quick.
Well, what she hated was she said, I can't hear anything. I can't feel anything. I mean, to her, it was like being in a video game. It just bothered her. The screen, everything bothered her. Everything. She said, I'd be stuck somewhere and not know what to do, I don't know. But anyway, so I cancel it. But because I'm on the mailing list and I had put a deposit down on a Plaid, they called and said they had some crazy Plaids in stock, like some kind of wild blue. Did you know they have blue color? They have a really cool blue color. And then they have one other, red or something. And they said, come test drive the Plaids. We have them in stock. You could buy these. Oh, my God. I don't know. I would be dangerous in a Plaid, possibly. The Plaid, by the way, is really fast. The S is really fast.
They're all fast, yeah.
They're only a few seconds apart. Well, they're all fast.
Yeah.
Did you know that they did the Model S and the Model, they did the models S, X, Y is it? And the Model 3. Yeah, so it's, if you put the S, the 3, the X, and the Y, it spells sexy. Did you know that?
I didn't know
They
that.
did the models to spell. Mark, did you know that? That the models were laid out to spell sexy?
Yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay. So anyway, any fun facts you guys have for cars? 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Give us a call for car problems or any problems whatsoever. Now, Deputy Doc, you have a follow-up. What was the problem? I'm trying to remember the exact problem here.
Jane called up because she bought a German Shepherd pup and in August, and she hasn't gotten the papers from AKC yet.
Okay, and then we said, well, wait a minute, not all sales include papers, but in her particular case, it did.
Yes, and I was in contact with the breeder, who sent me a very long and detailed...
Were they nice?
Very nice.
Okay, so it's not like they're trying to cheat her.
No. They've been a registered breeder for 30 years.
Oh, wow.
Very few complaints, and they told her at the time...
Her name's Jane, right?
Yes, because...
Okay, go ahead.
Because it was a foreign dog, it could take upwards
What does that mean? He was born out of the country?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Did she have him, like... I
didn't go into it, but they both accepted it was a foreign dog, and therefore it can take 4 months to a year to get papers. We were in touch. I told the caller to get in touch with
By the way, it was Julie, right?
Julie.
Yeah, you said Jane.
Oh, Jane is the breeder.
Okay, I found her. Got it.
I told Julie to get in touch with the American Kennel Club to see if the papers were filed. The papers were filed on time, and they're just waiting because it takes a long time to get the overseas papers. But everything is in order, and there was no deception on the part of the breeder. So that's been taken care of.
Okay. So I got this. This is good. So where's the guy when I need my dinger? Where is he? Okay, I can't even do my own dinger right here in the studio because he's got it turned down. Man, we're alone. We're alone in the studio right now. So if I needed to take a break, we couldn't take a break. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So I want to talk about, I tried to do this several times, and I never could do it because people were so damn busy calling in. We had full lines. I want to talk about something that's really things on the way out. In cars, can we safely say crank windows? You can't even find them. Is that true anywhere? No, nothing ever on crank windows. Can we say that?
On some of your fleet level trucks, particularly with Ford and whatnot, no, you can still get bare minimums like crank windows.
Come on.
Now, that being said, not a lot of the manufacturers are making fleet-level trucks right now. If they can only make 10 trucks, they're making the best of the best and maximizing their profits.
So, crank windows are on their way out. What about manual transmissions? Come on, man. Are they
they're
even...
few and far between.
They're
less and less.
Yeah. So, we can safely say they're on their way out.
I don't think they'll completely go away. You have some of your sport versions where you in some of your Subarus, some of your Mazdas and whatnot, but people do like them.
Every car that I've owned, and I don't have to say what they are, they had the option of manual or automatic. The manual did.
Well,
the
automatic
manual
used to be an upgrade.
Yeah, the manual on my car, I have manual and I have automatic, but the manual doesn't have a clutch, but it does have shifting. And if you don't shift, it won't shift. It won't. It has paddles.
If you get it going too fast, it will override you.
Oh, it will?
Yeah.
Oh, it will. It won't let you burn it up.
Correct.
It's a smart car, as they say, smarter
you
than you.
can fool the system, but as a general rule, they will upshift.
I don't know why anyone would do it, because I tried the manual version, and I don't see any upside. Why do they put that in there, the paddles?
Some people like it just because it makes them feel more sporty. More often than not, it's usually when you're driving through the mountains or something, you want to maintain a gear, or you're on a descent, you want to lower the gears and just hold it and hold that car back.
Okay. Now, in the car world, in the truck world, there's something called a Jake brake, which uses the exhaust system to slow down the car. It impedes exhaust, which kind of just holds the car back a bit. Could there ever be anything like that in a gasoline car engine? Probably not. Not enough back pressure, or what?
Well, they use drive shafts as well. Electronic brakes on the drive shaft.
They do?
Yes.
Where? Trucks?
Tow trucks.
Really?
Yeah.
Cars don't do that ever, right?
Well, they'd have to have the front wheel drive doesn't have a drive shaft, so the trucks would have it.
Brakes are on their way out. Normal brakes. No, everything's ABS. Can we say that? Everything's ABS.
Definitely.
So regular brakes. So what else in a car is going out of style? I bet everything's power steering, right? Everything.
Oh, definitely. And most of the power steerings are electronic power steering.
Think about that. Okay, Jessica, what's going on in your world? Jessica, what's going on?
Hi, my name is Jessica, and I don't mind. I don't want to be exposed because I do stay in the Samaritan house.
Now, do you want to? I just need you to know we're on the air, Jessica. Do you want? We don't have to mention your last name or anything, but you are on the air, so I wanted to tell you that.
Oh my God! Okay.
Do you not want to be on the air? I mean, they should have told you that. Obviously, you're calling a radio show. So, do you want to go on hold right now, or do you want to tell your story?
We could go ahead.
Okay.
With the story.
So you are at Samaritan House?
Yes, I am.
And what's going on there? What's the problem?
There's like a lot of drug activities on the inside where people smoking fentanyl and meth, like throughout the facility in the bathrooms. They even got to the point they're in the showers now. Right now I'm currently DNR'd for an argument. I'm partially blind. the elderly people are like sitting in their own ways, and some of them cannot.
Oh my God! Now wait a minute. This is not. Let me get this straight though. This is not assisted living, is it?
No, it's a homeless shelter.
Homeless shelter. Okay, hold on, if you can, please. I need to do this, and we'll come right back to that. Bob's got a question on a '99 Chevy Silverado.
Do roller coaster stock markets make you nervous? With such frequent ups and downs, don't let market volatility derail your retirement. Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, Saturday on 630 KHOW. If you're concerned about the markets, call today to schedule a complimentary review of your portfolio. Call 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604. Or online, yourmoneyyourretirement.com.
K&H Home Solutions, the oldest, most firm, trusted home improvement company in all of Colorado. Right now, listen to this one. They have 40% off their windows, siding, and doors. You know, they've been around years, and they honor their warranties. It's a company you can trust. They have Provia doors, soft light windows. They have Everlast siding, the best siding in the world. And right now, 40% off. This company is wonderful. 303-421-7100, khwindows.com. It's car day today. I like to talk about RVs, too. I always joke that RV means real vacation. Now, CentryRV.com, they have new and used RVs. They're located just north of Denver at I-25, the 240 turnoff to Longmont. It's right on that frontage road on the east side of the road. Century RV, they'll even buy your used RV if you don't want to trade it, but they have plenty of stock, and they have a beautiful maintenance facility. 303-453-1111, 303-453-1111, CentryRV.com.
Does your kitchen or bath or windows or doors need help? Well, way back in the 80s, my dad, Dan Cicchini, did the first radio ad for Dunright Kitchens, Baths, Windows, and Doors. He said, and I quote, "Started the company with a philosophy that was drilled into me by my dad when I was a kid, and that is, if you're gonna do it right or don't bother," unquote. Well, this is Todd Cicchini, and having grown up with that philosophy, it's now my responsibility to pass it on to the third generation of our family working at Dunright, and all the other folks that work here also. Quality, dependability, fair pricing, treat people like you want to be treated. A bathroom like a spa, a kitchen like the morning sunrise, windows and doors.
where you're part of a murder mystery and they treat you like a character, which is kind of cool because you get to click and change the scenario. It's kind of cool, but yeah, it's so cool. Did you ever watch Star Trek: The Next Generation? I watch movies. I just watch movies on it. Really? Regular movie. You watch a regular movie on it? You put it up on a giant screen as if you're sitting there in a big giant theater and you're the only one there. And everything. So I can lay in bed and watch a movie.
Oh, so you don't have to like sit up and watch it.
I just lay in bed and watch it, and my wife can't even hear it. Wow. Does it give you that 3D illusion? No, but it's better than watching it on TV because it's not totally.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Hey, Compass Insurance Group does free insurance checkups, 303-996-9000. The most important thing, make sure you're not underinsured. Second, make sure you're not paying too much. They'll give you an independent look. 303-996-9000, Compass Insurance. Now, at Samaritan House, there are some deplorable conditions, she's saying, like open drug use, older people in their own feces. So, Jessica, do you want us to investigate this?
I believe you should investigate because there's a lot of things that the world does not know how it is living in a homeless shelter. And
how long do you live there? How long do you live there? Do you live there like, how should I put it, like for a temporary time, or is it a permanent residence once you get in?
Well, some people make it temporarily, and there's some people that have been there over 2 to 3 years.
Really? Now, don't they check for drug use? Like, don't they do any testing, or don't they police the joint?
They don't police the joint unless you're getting a DNR, and it's called Do Not Return. Like right now, I'm on a DNR.
Oh, so you were asked not to come back. Why?
Because I had got into an argument with another girl that stays there. She's a problem to the elderly people as well. And as for me, and I do wear glasses still, and she even told another elderly lady she would beat her to death.
So you've been basically evicted.
Yes, but I could come back after dark when it comes to a certain temperature.
Wait a minute. You can go there still, but you were evicted. I thought you have a DNR, do not return.
Yeah, they do not return. It's when they could allow you back, how many days they say you are. I appealed it because I have case managers also.
So you can wait. Are you like on a pro? Do you have to wait a while? Or what if it went down to 0 tonight? Could you go there?
Well, if they had more cots available, yes.
Oh, then what is the significance of a DNR?
Do not return where, like, like I'm 7 days of do not return, but I could come back after 5 because it's nighttime.
So
the whole point is this: when you get DNR, they won't even let you use a bathroom. You have to go out.
So wait a minute. So when you're on a DNR, it's like a suspension for 7 days, but they could do it. Do they ever do a lifetime DNR?
Yes, they could permanently.
But you did not get. You got a 7-day DNR.
Correct, for arguing, defending myself over another person.
I get it. Now, but even with a 7-day DNR, you can still go back after dark?
That's because the temperatures are dropping and it's wintertime right now. But if the temperatures wasn't as low as there is, I would have nowhere to go. And I would have been like sleeping across the railroad tracks like I have done before, and I slept in a tent before. So this is not the first time they did this to me.
Okay, are they calling you a troublemaker?
No, I think they're trying to, I don't know what they're targeting me for because 9 times out of 10, I do not be in that.
Okay, I'll tell you what we're going to do. Hold on. Get her information and we will look into it. That's all I can promise you. I mean, there's not much we can do. I mean, we probably can't do anything about your DNR, but we can look into it. Bob, what is your question? on a 99 Chevy Silverado. How many miles you have on it?
I am probably pushing about 220 right now.
Really? Have you had it since new?
Yeah.
Have you had it since new?
I bought it 3 years old from an older gentleman that owned it.
Oh my gosh!
So I'm back an owner on it. Yeah.
So that's cool. So what's going on now?
It's in great shape. It's in great shape and everything. Of course, you got to replace the odds and ends, with it being a 99. But my question is, what do you recommend on a timing chain on something like this?
Okay, now how is that a timing chain or belt on that truck? A chain, right?
It's definitely a chain.
It's a chain. And do you hold on? Does he have to change that? He's got
no
220,000 on it.
There's no interval change on this.
No interval.
No.
How do you tell if it's going bad?
Well, you start having slack in the timing, so you'll have issues with drivability, or you could actually make noise if it's actually loose enough to hit on the cover.
Now, if it did go,
listening for.
If it did,
like linking or something like that, but it's not doing anything like that. So
if it did go out, does he have an interference engine?
Yeah.
No.
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 So it's no harm, man.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
because
cool.
if it goes out, it's just going to.
You just change it then. Yeah.
You just change it when it goes out. You might be stuck somewhere, or if you hear noise, or if you have timing issues.
Or if you have a leak and you're taking covers off and stuff, you may just change it as a preventative when you do something like that. But I wouldn't make a job out of it.
Okay, no, because that kind of worried me that, I've listened to you years and years, and, I've been to Pro Auto Care and stuff like that. I've been out to Raleigh in Fort Upton and stuff. But,
yeah.
I was wondering that if it did go out, it's going to, I'm going to need a whole new engine because of that, because that's when you're...
No, that's the great part about a non-interference engine.
They may bend a push rod or something, but it's all minor stuff.
Yeah. So with a non-interference engine, you don't have the danger of the valves...
colliding with the pistons.
Why don't they make all of them? I don't understand this. Why don't they make all engines non-interference?
You get higher compression with the interference.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
So if you want a higher performance engine or higher compression, you have to risk the interference.
That's where you get
now, is there a such thing as minor interference, meaning that it starts going out, could you do a valve damage but not the whole engine?
Well, yeah, most cars don't damage the entire motor. They just damage the valve. Occasionally, you'll get one that'll break the valve off.
But what I'm saying is not a broken chain, but let's just say, or a belt, let's just say on an interference engine where you have an interval and you went past it and it didn't break, but is it possible it stretches enough to just screw it up a little, or is it either all or nothing?
It would most likely jump time at that point.
And when it does, that's what I'm asking. When it jumps time,
then you're risking that interference all over again.
Oh, you are.
Yeah.
You can't just have, maybe noise from one valve hitting a piston, or would that just destroy it?
It'll most likely cause damage, yeah.
Okay. And when a valve is bent in an interference engine, does it do damage to the channel where the valve is, or the...
Sometimes the guides will get cracked, so you have to replace guides in the head. Yeah.
And then, but it doesn't necessarily mean a whole engine.
No.
Okay.
No, usually when you're getting into a whole engine, it's because it's damaged the pistons or punched a hole in a piston or something to that effect.
Does that ever happen?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can break off the head of the valve, and it sits in the cylinder and beats it up, yeah.
We got more coming right up.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Unbound.org.
Back to easy driving throughout the Denver Metro for the 10 o'clock hour. I-25 north and southbound, no complaints into and out of the downtown area. Leaving downtown from the east towards the airport, I-70 east and westbound flowing free to and from Pena Boulevard. South of DIA, I-225 north and southbound, no complaints for our friends in Aurora and DTC. Up on the northwest end, heading to the Boulder area, US 36 east and westbound flowing free as well. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies with a high of 50 degrees today. Overnight low of 29. Tomorrow even warmer, high of 53, mostly cloudy. Sunday, scattered snow showers. The current temperature in Denver is 37 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice. Continue their dream of education or drop out to help their family put food on the table. You can help change their future in a single moment. See how far your support can go at Unbound.org.
Integra Insurance, how many days left? 2 days left to get health insurance the right way. When I say the right way, you'll save money with Integra. Why? Because they pick the right plan for you. They'll go over the myriad of plans and pick one for you if you're buying for yourself or for your family or for your company as a group plan. Or if you want a supplement for Medicare, I use them for that. I use Integra Insurance. I would never buy insurance without them. Insurance made health made smart and easy for you, convenient. 303-466-5500. Call 303-466-5500. You have only 2 days left. John Fuller. He is a personal injury attorney. Now, he will give you the personal touch, and you'll know it right away because you're not going to be shuttled off or transferred to a call center. You talk to John Fuller. He gives you his cell phone if he takes your case. He goes over your case with you. He has pledged only to take as many cases as he can work personally, and that's the God's honest truth. You know, most attorneys don't do that. They just take a bunch of cases like a call center. You're a number. They work the big cases and then brag about them, and you get the impression that everybody's getting big money. John Fuller doesn't do that. John Fuller is the man. You need John Fuller, Fuller Law. You will find out and notice the difference. MyAccidentLawyer.co. 303-597-4500. 303-597-4500.
The Venture X card from Capital One gives you premium travel benefits, perfect for seeing Taylor Swift the Eras Tour. Presented by Capital One. Ooh, I do love her. Earn 5 times miles on flights and 10 times miles on hotels through Capital One Travel.
Enjoy your stay in Suite 13.
Whoa, 13? That's Taylor's lucky number. The Venture X card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Living with septic systems just got easier thanks to Boonstra Excavation, the septic experts I recommend. For repairs on all components or new installations, call Boonstra 970-278-6151. They can do full diagnostics with cameras or digging to find the problem, or free visual inspections for most problems. Finally, a name you can trust for all septic needs. BoonstraExcavation.com 970-278-6151.
So many people have told me about Orchard, and no wonder. It's the new way to sell. For example, Orchard makes you a cash offer for your home. And when your home sells for more, you keep the difference. No longer do you have to choose between an easy home sale or the best price for your home. Let me tell you about Rudy, a recent Orchard customer. Rudy's home sold on the market for $33,000 above his cash offer. Had he gone to a home buying company, he would have missed out on that extra money. But with Orchard, he got more cash at closing. Rudy's story isn't unique. 99 out of 100 Orchard customers sell on market for more than their cash offer. Getting started is easy. You go online and enter your address at Orchard.com. Takes just a couple minutes and lets you skip home listing hassles. If you're thinking about selling or just curious what Orchard would pay for your home, get a no-cost, no-obligation offer at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com.
If you haven't heard, it's flu season. And with COVID-19 and RSV also going around, protecting your loved ones and our healthcare system is especially important. There are easy ways to quiet the flu, though, like covering your cough, washing your hands, and getting your flu vaccine. The flu vaccine is safe, effective, and convenient. You can even get it at the same time as your COVID-19 vaccine. Want to quiet the flu? Get your flu vaccine. Find out how. Visit FluVaxColorado.org.
My partners had told me I should get my knee replaced. I was in my 40s, and I decided that I wouldn't do that.
That's orthopedic surgeon Dr. John Herzog, who found regenerative medicine years ago and became a believer.
It changed my life around. It improved me to a point where I was able to jog again.
That's when Dr. Herzog switched his focus from surgery to helping his patients with natural biologics.
I've treated at least 5,000 patients. I believe your body has everything it needs to heal itself.
Today, you'll find Dr. Herzog at QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in this exciting field of medicine that can give lasting pain relief with no downtime, no drugs, and no surgery.
I have patients coming up to me that I did 10 years ago.
Guys like that use
Like, you know the kind of strips that come in like an aluminum or metal, and you screw them onto, and then they have like 10. Yeah. You can't find those in stock.
Seriously.
Anywhere. You can't.
I used to go in, they had a whole rack of them. Yeah.
You know, like if you want a 3-foot, if you want like I don't know, they just don't have.
You tried Lowe's and Home Depot?
I tried Lowe's, Home Depot, Best Buy, and Micro Center.
Wow. Go buy
and Walmart.
Go to like QED or somebody.
What's that?
The electrical distributors.
Oh, I don't know about. Can you walk in off the street?
Mm-hmm. Yep. There's 2 of them over by my shop. They're literally across the street from each other.
You walk in. They counter service.
Yeah.
Or Granger.
Where is Granger? Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere where we are doing our thing. One Clear Choice Garage Doors. Of course, we're talking cars. Let's talk garages. I'm calling them. I have 2 problems now with a garage door. Very seldom I have problems. They've done all my garage doors, my openers, my maintenance. 24/7 service. OneClearChoiceDoors.com. Wonderful people. Yeah. 720-370-3987. Okay. So Anthony's got a question on a 77 Ford F-150. Do you know F-150 is the top-selling vehicle in the world? Why is that? In the world.
Amazing.
Fleets. Huh?
Fleets. They give magnificent fleet discounts.
Okay. It's not necessarily individuals then?
No, most of it's business.
So anyway, Anthony, what's happening?
Yeah, I have a real nice truck I bought for my dad, and it's in Minnesota right now.
It's a 77. Is that we got that right?
Yeah.
It's 77. 87, nice.
77 custom. Yep, real nice looking truck.
Okay.
And
40 saves for the math. 40s. I was counting, and I ran out of toes. I ran out of toes and fingers. So 47 years. Wow. God, how many miles on it, man? How many miles?
What, 30? It's showing 37,000, but I'm sure it's popped over that 100 at least once.
Oh, for sure. It's probably 237. Is it in great condition?
It is. It is. It has a couple little rust spots on the fender, but that's Minnesota salt for you. But it's been painted over, so we'll do new fenders, fix that all up. It looks great.
Now, who was the guy with the 99? What was his first name? But anyway, he just called, and he had a Chevy. Chevys do they last as long as Fords? I don't know. Do they?
If you take care of them and a little luck, yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about that. What is the issue with the 77? What do you want to know?
I was kind of curious with the carburetor and everything. I've heard since I'm bringing it from Minnesota, 1,200 feet in elevation, do I have to mess with stuff? I'm driving it to my house. That's 7,000 feet here in Colorado Springs. Do I have to adjust something or do any of that?
Take it as you go. I mean, just some yes, some no. If it's, you may just be just fine. You may just have to lean it out a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I mean, hold on. Carburetors, are you asking if they run here? Of course they do.
Well, if there's a major adjustment coming from altitude.
Well, oh, no, you might have to adjust it, but you won't have usually issues. Now, I have something, I don't want to talk about it really because it's not a car, but it's altitude adjusting and it's a carburetor. How the hell does that work? How does that work? How does altitude compensating carburetor work?
It's got to have a solenoid inside that can control the mixture.
With
uses
pressure,
a baro sensor,
with air pressure?
A barometric sensor, map sensor.
Yep. The cars don't have that.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, they do.
They do, yeah.
Okay, but not an older one.
Not a 77,
no. Okay, but
I've heard of people rejetting their carburetors on snowmobiles and stuff when they go snowmobiling.
Now that's for performance, though. Those engines will run anywhere because snowmobiles have Rotax engines, and they do have altitude sensing carburetor. They absolutely do.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Now listen, is it safe to say then carburetors are going out? We have that list of things going out.
Definitely.
Are they on their way out?
I don't think you'll find it anything other than small.
Now, you can't find carburetor.
Not in a car, no. I mean,
really?
You'll find it under a leaf blower or something to that effect.
Then these barrels they talk about when they used to have high performance, double barrel.
2-barrel, 4-barrel.
No, okay. Yeah. What were they talking about? The feed
Yeah, the amount of air coming through. You know, a single barrel is just one port where the other will have
But the bowl, they have more than one bowl?
No, same bowl.
Okay, but they just have different barrels.
Just more volume of air and fuel.
Okay, so you get more when you press the gas down.
CFMs are higher in the bigger carburetor.
Okay. So anyway, Anthony, I'm sorry. Did you get an answer to your yeah, the answer is you don't have to replace it.
That was it.
Okay, man. That'll be fun. Hey, is it a four-wheel drive?
Yeah, well, yeah, it is.
Okay.
Lockable
Good.
hubs, everything.
Good. And if you look at it, does it look like a 77?
Oh, yes. Yeah, body style, everything.
No, what I mean is, does it look 47 years on the road?
No, it really doesn't. It looks like 10 to 15 on the road, if that. It's such good shape.
Goodness gracious. Thanks, man. That sounds cool. 303-713-8255.
Hey, for those of us who don't know about cars, what do they use instead of a carburetor?
Fuel injection. And so explain that. So instead of carburetor is like turns it turns gas into a spray. Right. That's right. With air. Yeah. Okay. So it atomizes gas and it goes out to all cylinders at once. Through intake manifolds.
Correct.
Now, the injection.
The injection, you can have port injection where each individual cylinder is controlled by a computer, so you're getting a spray exactly when you need it. But they also have throttle body injection, which was the first after the carburetor. You basically have a carburetor with two injectors, so it's atomizing through the injectors, but still going through the intake. So there's a lot of different methods, but yeah.
But
just
still,
atomization.
It's not as efficient as an injector because the only disadvantage with an injector, with injection, I believe, is balance, right? I mean, if you have an injector doing more than another or less, it's going to affect that cylinder.
It can, but the computer can sense that, and it can adjust and compensate. And
that's the distribution, right?
Correct.
What do they use? What do they call that one where all injectors meet? And what is that? It's not a throttle body, is it? What is it? What is there a fuel distribution block?
You've got a fuel rail or some
rail. Okay, yeah. Okay. And so where's the computer?
There, depending on the vehicle, it's underneath the hood or underneath the dash.
So it's sensing that all of them are balanced, and it can adjust.
It can adjust accordingly because it can see. It's got air fuel ratio sensor.
It's all electronic.
It's all measuring constantly.
God, so the internal combustion engine, while the basic principle has stayed the same, the surrounding technology to get to the combustion has changed. But the combustion never changes. That that's gas exploding.
Exactly. Right? But you have tiny little engines in huge pickups now. 4-cylinder
engines. So
you're
getting more power out of less fuel and less weight.
Yes.
Wow, this is amazing. 303-713-8255.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Tire Rack.
No major complaints throughout the Denver Metro as we navigate that 10 o'clock hour. I-25 north and southbound showing highway speeds from one end of town to the other. The same can be said for I-70 east and westbound roads showing intended speeds from the foothills to DIA and back again. Up on the northwest end of town heading towards the Boulder area, Highway 36 east and westbound flowing free. And all the way south, I-225 north and southbound, no complaints as well. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies today with a high of 50 degrees in the afternoon. Overnight low of 29. Tomorrow, clouds rolling in with a high of 53. Sunday, scattered snow showers. The current temperature is 37. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Nearly 3,000 teen drivers die in car crashes each year. Tire Rack Street Survival is designed to save lives. The one-day hands-on driving school gives teens experience in car control through exercises that include emergency braking and skid recovery. Find a class near you at TireRack.com/survive.
Harris Family Law. I really recommend Harris Family Law because they have been in Denver, I believe, 30 years or more. Harris Family Law, Rich Harris, I know personally. I know his wife, Lisa, and the whole firm. They have several lawyers to specialize in any area you need. Guidance, wisdom, strength, peace of mind. That's what they have. Okay, they've been 25 years. More than 25 attorneys. That's a collective experience of 250 years. They've helped 8,000 people handle their cases, okay? They have free webinars every Wednesday from 5 to 6. Check out harrisfamilylaw.com, 303-515-5000, 303-515-5000. Hey, the Art of Granite has a sale. That's rare. Woo! Why is it rare? I'll tell you why. Because they already sell all countertop materials at cost. Now, 20% off the whole job at theartofgranite.com. Now, the name implies they do granite, but they also do any natural stone, including quartz. And by the way, quartzite, which is natural. The quartz is a composite stone. They do that too. 20% off this month. A free bathroom sink when you do the bathroom vanity. A free kitchen sink when you do the kitchen countertops. Get your price on the phone. 303. Now this is great. Price on the phone. 303-386-5919. 386-5919. Theartofgranite.com. The stock market. It's good and bad, right? When it's good, it's good. When it's bad, it's really, really bad. As the song goes, let me just say this. When you lose in a day, it sometimes takes 5 years or more to get back. What you really need is something that's solid and stable. Become the banker, and guaranteed income for life are two strategies you can find at mymoney.myway.com. You at least need to investigate. You invest your qualified money, and it becomes tax-free growth and lifetime income. MyMoneyMyWay.com, 303-779-6600.
Are you considering an electric or hybrid vehicle? This is Steve Powers with McDonald Automotive. McDonald is one of the few automotive groups where you can test drive 5 brands and 21 models of electric or hybrid vehicles. Did you know that McDonald Automotive was the first Colorado dealership to partner with Xcel Energy? So no matter what motivates you to consider an electric vehicle, whether it's reducing greenhouse gas emissions, fuel cost savings, protecting our natural resources, or simply the exhilarating performance of an...
I'm moving in on the 31st of January.
Wow.
So I'm closing next week, hopefully, and I have the movers coming in on the 30th and the 31st, finally.
Would your house payment double?
It's this weird mortgage that whatever, so let's say you take out a $300,000 mortgage. Your payment is based on how much money you have in their bank.
Right.
So let's say you put $200,000 in the bank, you only pay interest on $100,000.
Okay.
So
yeah, I've heard that on that.
Yeah. So I'm trying to figure out how much I want to put in the bank, and maybe a very low interest payment because the rates are so high. And then when rates come down, just refi.
Well, do you get credit for the money in there other than it just takes off the interest of the loan? So.
Well, you get paid the same interest. So whatever the interest is on the mortgage, they're paying you on your deposit.
Okay.
So it's a wash.
Gotcha.
So right now.
But in other words, say you got a $500,000 loan.
Yeah.
You put $250 in. You should only pay an interest on the $250, but are you earning money on the $250 that's in there?
Right.
So you
I
are.
believe so. Right.
Okay. Yeah. But it's not dead money just sitting there, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I have these great movers that I've used like 4 or 5 times.
Oh, cool.
Sometime I've used them. Maybe this is the 5th move between me and my family. The only thing that they've ever broken in 5 moves is I had an old gooseneck lamp, and it just came loose from base. Other than that, nothing has ever broken or damaged. These guys are so good.
I think moving should be outlawed.
What?
I hate moving with a passion.
I know, this is my last move. I'm going to die in this house. Or in the hospital, but I'm not moving again.
Tried to get my girlfriend to trash some stuff, and she can't part with it. I move with a roll.
My wife still has her fucking prom dresses.
Yeah.
Guess what? What does she have, Jeff?
Her prom dresses.
Oh, shit.
It's like, what? I love you, honey. You ain't never going to fit into that again.
Nah, I don't understand some of that, but Yeah, my first thing to do when we're getting ready to move is call it dumpster.
Right.
And then just start. My ex used to like to move all the fucking time. It drove me flipping nuts. I just told her, next time you want to move, get some 5-gallon buckets because we're taking this shit in ashes. Yeah. Because I ain't doing it. No.
You know, when I moved in I used to live on the golf course. I had a big house. It was just me. And that's when I got rid of it.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Doug, what's going on with you? How can we help you, sir? Doug?
Oh, hi, Tom.
Hey, man, what's happening?
Nothing. Outside the fact that I'm unable to collect unemployment and been trying for almost 18 months.
What? Yeah, wait, you've been unemployed that long and could not get unemployment? Why?
Well, they're saying identity theft.
Wait, are they claiming someone was getting benefits under your name?
That's what they're claiming.
Really?
Yeah. So I've tried to go in and into a CDLE or Colorado deployment and fill out, a log or a record, but my record has been locked for that long, and I'm unable to.
Wait, so are they still paying out to this other person?
I have no idea. I don't get any information on that.
Wait.
I call them I've been calling them on a weekly basis.
But hey, when you first applied, what happened? When you first applied?
Well, I wasn't able to apply because the record was locked. Someone had used it, so it wouldn't let me apply with my Social Security number and that. So I never was able to get in. So they asked me to fill out and complete their integrity form, which I did. Identity theft. I actually even reported it to law enforcement as well. Got a case number for that almost 18 months ago, and have been trying on a weekly basis to even get unemployment to move forward. And all I can get is, well, wait, we'll contact you either by email or by phone, and I haven't been able to move forward. So
I mean, do they say it's going to be retroactive or what? What are they going to? I mean, this is not fair. If you truly are eligible and you're not getting anything, what do they say about that? Is it accumulating?
Well, they say there's a lot of cases out there. During the pandemic, there was a lot of fraud going on.
Did they actually say that someone was using your name to get unemployment?
Yes.
You know about this, Kev? Have you heard about it before?
No, it's rampant. Every one of my employees, including me, has gotten notice from unemployment that somebody filed.
But why would that hurt you, though, if it wasn't you?
But if the employer doesn't answer, that person gets it. It's so automatic to get it. So if somebody's not watching and paying attention to notices, they just...
But how long? I mean, he's a year and a half it takes to investigate. We do have someone at unemployment, thank goodness, who we can send this to. And I think
the biggest thing is, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. What's the biggest thing?
I'm waiting for them to even identify me, and you would think that if they got questions about my identity, they would identify me first.
That's what I'm saying. Who cares if there was fraud? That's not your fault. While they're investigating the fraud, you're right. If they verify you, why not reopen your account?
Right. And I can't even get that done. So I didn't know where it's at. I've been dealing with it for 18 months. I thought I'd been pretty patient until yesterday when I called again. And
I think our angel can handle this without any trouble, Tom.
I totally agree. So hold on, man. What we're going to do is we're going to put this over. Kelly, Kachina, are you there? Okay, listen.
Yeah.
Let's get him over to Phil at the unemployment or whoever Phil's designee is there. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm Tom Martino. It's Car Day. If you have any car issues, call us or just give us a call with any problem, question, or complaint. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255, or you can call 303-MARTINO. That's 303-627-8466.
People who for taking care of the new Family Leave Act. Is
Mhm.
the Department of Labor.
God,
They can't run what they have now, and now they're going to add a whole cluster of a program on top of it.
And
But
it is.
luckily, this guy Phil, who's the head of the unemployment, he can take care of this with one phone call.
Yeah, but
I know.
if you go on their website, they have an entire
Oh, I
department
know.
for fraud.
It's crazy.
Have you gotten any of those on your employees or anything?
None of my employees. I've had a couple of people who claim to have worked for me, and we're trying to collect them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this guy currently working.
Yeah.
You know, I got one on myself.
Yeah.
But I filed for unemployment.
Well, it would create such a huge red flag anyway, because since I've been in business, I've only had one person successful at getting unemployment.
I've had one in the last 10 years or so, and I still can't believe they gave it to him. I fired him because he was drunk, or I suspected him to be drinking. You know, in a vehicle related business. You think that's something we should,
Possibly, yeah.
And then her first question to me, going back and forth, was, did you have him tested?
Yeah, if he's drinking in a vehicle, you just have to wait a couple of years and then you raise his salary and promote him. Like Nate Myers.
Yeah, exactly. Then did you offer him a ride home?
What?
Why? I'm not saying he was legally drunk, legally impaired. I'm saying he was consuming alcohol on my business, and it's against what we do. Customer smelled alcohol and complained. And he's driving and moving cars. Oh, absolutely. They just gave him full board. He even moved to Texas and they let him take it.
Really?
Yep. Yeah, they don't. They just give it away. That's why the fraud's so bad. When I get notice, I have 72 hours sometimes from the time I get that in the mail to answer.
Really?
And if you don't answer, oof.
Hey, the last one I had to have him before the day was out.
Yeah.
I was at home sick
Most of
with
it's 40 and 72 hours when I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was at home sick with COVID.
Yeah.
So I ended up having, I didn't have a computer. No, I didn't have the ability to print it out, fill it out, and then send it in. What the problem was. So I had to get a hold of my accountant, gave him all the pertinent information, and he shipped it off.
Yeah.
But then that guy still kept coming back, and I thought he was going to go to arbitration. He never did.
And then some they give and then rescind. I had one guy quit to take a supposedly better paying job. He's not eligible for unemployment when they fired him. He left my place to go there. And that's what we argued. Initially they gave it to him, and 6 months later they took it back.
You didn't get stuck with it, did you?
At first I did, yeah.
Even though he went to another place?
Yes. They instantly, I'm not saying instant, but pretty automatic. Well, if you file, you get it. That's why the fraud's so bad.
One of my old techs said that he'd been working at another place and he had a stint of unemployment before he started working for me. And then they turned around and rescinded his. And the argument was that he had called his manager the N-word and made him repay everything.
We got so many calls during COVID with exactly this, which is why we got in touch with this guy Phil, because we had so many complaints with people doing exactly that, fraud.
Well, for me, right now, especially with automotive, why is there not a work requirement? There isn't a shop in town without a help wanted sign.
Right.
So why are they paying anybody in automotive-related unemployment? But that's the problem with these programs.
Yeah.
Just give it away. It's not their money.
There's no oversight. Exactly.
Oversiight's not even a word in their dick.
It's OPM, other people's money.
Yeah.
You're exactly right.
No, one of the guys from the electrical side, he just stopped coming to work. So it's like, all right. And he filed for unemployment. He's still on it.
Really?
Yeah.
But I think they reduced the number of months you can collect. During COVID, it increased, and now it's back to the pre-COVID levels, I believe.
But still too long.
It is too long.
They used to give you they used to give you
Obama extended it to 99
Yeah.
weeks. In a way. And then just sent us the bill.
This report is sponsored by Discover.
Easy driving continues throughout the Denver Metro for this Friday 11 o'clock. I-25 north and southbound showing posted speeds into and out of downtown, leaving downtown on the west end, 6th Avenue east and westbound back to intended speeds as well. I-70 east and westbound flowing free from the foothills to DIA, south of DIA, I-225 north and southbound. No complaints for our drivers in Aurora and ECC. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies today, highs in the lower 50s, overnight low of 20.
So I kept getting two-party verification PIN numbers sent to me for my financial accounts. That means somebody's trying to log in, right? It happened about 6 times over the last 2 days now. So they gave me a new password. I got it again. And finally I started investigating. And I found out I have a financial portal where I can see all my accounts. It's outside of the investment where that was sending me to, outside of like an Ameritrade, right? Which has two-party verification or two-step. So this portal, for some reason, went down, and when it rebooted, it tried to log into all my accounts, and that account was kicked out because it had been logged in and stayed logged in. So they tried to log back in, but they can't without a PIN. So they would log in, it wasn't working, they tried again. Literally, their IT guys thought it was a problem with them.
Wow.
So that caused multiple attempts for them to log in.
Of course, yeah.
So what I figure is there are a lot of people that use Quicken, or I don't use Quicken anymore, but they use another one where you want to see everything, right? So it goes out to your bank accounts, it goes out to your Ameritrades, it goes out to whatever you have. And do you have one of those?
I don't, but I can see the advantage, yeah.
So you have to log into every one. Well, I used to, but I use a portal that brings it all together. Of course, I guess that could be high risk if you were. No, because you can't transact business that way. But I guess you have to give the portal all of your names and passwords. You know, it's just like these password keepers. They can have all your passwords. I mean, I don't know why we trust them, but you know, you'll go on and download an app, a password keeper, and every single password you have is in that. So it's a one-stop shop, but people do it. I mean, what about Truebill, the one that wants all your credit card info on every credit card you have, and they monitor it for you for recurring charge? Well, how do you? That's pretty risky, right?
That's a lot of info, yeah.
God. I mean, it's easy to be robbed nowadays. Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. I just got a text from Paul the Waterman at waterpros.net. Listen to what he said. I'm going to do the holiday special again, Tom. Right now, a whole house water softener and whole house drinking filter. Listen, so that's softening and drinking water around the entire house, under $2,000, fully installed. Wow. Do you understand that? That's drinking water and
for both?
Yeah, for both. Wow. Under $2,000, fully installed. Waterpros.net. And so you can't. That's all I have to say. If you want a water system, that's it. 303-862-5554. Welcome to the show, guys. It's car day. We have our experts here to answer questions. We also are taking any and all questions. We have Kevin Calkin from Sheridan Auto Tech, and we have Jeff Vick from Kimmer Transmission. And we are talking cars. We're also talking anything you want. One of the topics was things being phased out on cars. We came up with crank windows, manual transmissions, regular brakes, carburetors.
Well, the guy that you called on that 77 Ford Custom, he mentioned something. Manual lockout hubs for the four-wheel drive.
Lockout hubs are gone, right?
Yep.
Really? Okay, what about this? What about, there was something I was thinking about with the drivetrain. I'll never mind. It went. So lockout hubs, okay, they're gone. And
ashtrays.
Oh, really? You're right. Ashtrays and even
lighters,
cigarette lighters, right? They become USB ports.
You actually have to special order them if you want them.
Yeah, cigarette lighters. Oh, my God, I remember that. And ashtrays. Nobody does ashtrays, so I wouldn't want one. But I would like some built-in compartment where you can put a little bag or something for trash. You know, I buy one to hang on the seat, but I don't know. I just wish there was on the back of a seat, by the way.
Exactly.
I wish there was a little cubby or something. But lockout hubs, and the other thing you said was, oh yeah, ashtrays, of course, and lighters. I'm making a list here. That's fun. What else being phased out?
Oh, what about someone told me that AM radios are going to be phased out.
No, I know right now there's some cars you can't get AM radio. Now that's kind of sad. It really is. I mean, it's really a good source of information.
Well, you can still listen to it through your app or your Bluetooth.
Yeah, and that's what people are going to do, and that's what they're banking on.
But you can't get the Troubleshooter show.
Yeah, you can. iHeart app.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. You know, on-demand radio is a big thing. Here's something, though, we got to consider on cars. You know, CarPlay and a lot of things are becoming subscription. Now, CarPlay is free, right? But in order to hook it to your car, sometimes they charge you every month, whereas you used to be able to just get it. Now, we know GPS charges for guidance. You also are going to have to pay for CarPlay with some companies. You can hook up your phone, Bluetooth, or with a cord, but in order to activate the CarPlay, these jerks charge you so much a month, some companies, in order to use it. And there are a few things being phased in like that, and it's going to cost us more money. Oh, how about, okay, regular brakes. That's what I was thinking of before. They're out, right? Is everything analog?
Everything's ABS, yeah.
So think about that. Regular brakes. So man, I mean, that's something. Regular brakes are gone. Yes.
What about CD players? Are they still standard equipment?
Hell no. They were never standard equipment, were they? Oh, yeah, you would have a little slot in some. Oh, that's right. What about CD players?
They're getting phased.
Good luck buying a CD.
Yeah, you can't find CDs. They're all, you know.
Where do I have a CD player? No, not in a car, though. Yeah.
Oh, same as cassettes, 8-tracks back in the day. All that stuff's going away.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. But the CD player, but they're all going to have the Bluetooth connection, basically.
Exactly.
303-713-8255. John's got a question on an equity line of credit. Hi, John. What's going on, man?
Hi, Tom.
Hey.
Yeah, before I even step into that, I missed the push button on the car for the high beams with your foot.
Wait, well, that's right. Well, it's all on either on the blinker arm or automatic.
I just missed it though.
I remember that.
A lot of them had separate buttons for the starter too. You had one to the right side that was actually to engage the starter.
Well, we have buttons.
Just like the dimmer switch you had at your left foot, you had a switch on the right-hand side to start it.
Now, what are you talking about, a switch on the right-hand side?
It was on the floorboard, so you step on it
to start the car?
To start the car.
Come on.
He's talking 50s. He's
going,
okay,
yeah. For God's sakes. The 50s. So, hold on now. I remember push-button transmissions. Do you remember those? Now, those are... Huh?
Yeah.
They were pretty cool.
Yeah, DeSoto.
Oh, okay. But what's your equity line of credit, man?
Oh, I was just wondering, do you know if there's a difference between different banks on getting a home equity line of credit?
Oh, for sure there is,
yeah. A better place to get one from or a worse place?
Yeah, of course. Some have origination fees, some have lower or higher. Here's how I tell you to evaluate. It's very easy.
Sure.
If you want an equity line on your house, you mean you don't want a refi, you want an equity line. Is it paid off or is this a second deed of trust?
No, I only owe $150,000 on it. The house is worth over $500,000.
Okay.
I just wanted to do like $30,000 to pay off the bill.
You can easily get an equity line of credit. Now,
okay.
Here's how you do it. Let's say you want $30,000 an equity line of credit. You want $30,000. What you need to know, bottom line, is how much the deed of trust will be, period. That's it. Now, if they say you want $30,000, it's going to be $30,000 deed of trust. But you can only borrow $25,000, then you just paid $5,000 for that line of credit. If they tell you, yeah, you have a full $30,000 line of credit, but you look at your deed of trust and they're recording $35,000, then you just paid $5,000. So the bottom line is this. You know what line of credit you want. How much less are you going to be able to borrow, or how much more are they recording against your deed? It's a very simple process. You ask them straight up. You ask them that question. You say, exactly what will it cost above the $30,000 I'm borrowing? And that's what you want to know. And there are differences. I mean, like if you have a relationship with a bank, it's going to be cheaper than if you don't.
Good. Okay.
So
I thought it would be about how long you take to pay it off. If I pay it off shorter amount of time, I would pay less money probably.
Well, if it's revolving, no. If it's you're not getting a line of credit, then you'd be getting a second mortgage. There's a big difference.
Okay.
A line of credit you pay off and can borrow again. You can keep borrowing. Yeah.
That's what it'd be, a home equity line of credit. Exactly.
Right. So a second is different. You evaluated
No, I didn't want a second. I just wanted a home equity line of credit.
Okay. So then what would it matter how quickly you're going to pay it off? You're not going to pay it off quickly. You may, but it's still there. So it's still a liability for the bank because you can borrow it at any time. So the length of time, whether it's a 10-year, 5-year, that might make a difference. But for a fixed rate, it probably would make a difference. Like you might get a 5-year line of credit, meaning that at the end of 5 years you can no longer do it, or you can get a 30-year line of credit. And then of course there's always the my money, the other one. Hold on, that we have. It's affordable interest mortgage, and it's the liquid loan. It's unbelievable, but now the liquid loan's a little weird. What's your interest rate on your first?
4.35.
Okay, now you would pay theoretically more if you got the liquid loan right now. However, it would be simple interest, and it would be offset by any savings. But you can't do it as a second. If you did the liquid loan on 100 at 4.5%, you could theoretically still lower your interest. And I know it sounds crazy, but you can, and here's how you do it. You have, let's say you get a liquid loan. They pay off your 100. They pay it off. Now, when they pay it off, they have you have a line of about maybe 200,000. Okay, so now on that you don't pay on the 200 unless you use it, and on the 100 you can pay interest only, or you can pay interest and principal, your choice. But the good part is, if you want to pay it down anytime you want, you instantly get less interest. It's not amortized. But the other thing is this: if you have savings in a bank, the same bank, they count it against your average daily balance. So if you normally have savings anyway, put it in that bank, the same one that does your liquid loan, and it kind of offsets it. It's just a great product. You just look into it. You may decide to get a second, but I think that with a second, where interest rates are, blended with your first, I think the liquid loan as a first 30-year line of credit might do you better. Okay? That I think it will. Would you ask Steve and JR to hang on? I really want to hear what is being phased out in their opinion on cars.
This year is the year to learn a new language with Rosetta Stone. No matter what's inspiring you to learn a language, travel, work, family, or just for fun, the Rosetta Stone app makes it easy to get started and stay motivated to reach your goals. Right now, get a lifetime unlimited subscription with forever access to all 25 of Rosetta Stone's languages for 40% off. Visit rosettastone.com today and save 40%. Rosetta Stone, how language is learned.
Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. You can get a free valuation of your home for the asking, and he will base it on today's market with today's interest rate, today's inflation, today's supply and demand, the type of house you have, the measurement of your house, the neighborhood. And he does it based on facts and figures, not fantasy. He's been doing this 30 years, and you can depend on Frank Duran with RE/MAX Alliance. That's the Team Duran. 303-920-1622. Get a free analysis. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. When you have, by the way, a septic problem, you don't call a plumber. They don't know what they're doing, most of them. And by the way, you want someone who specializes in plumbing repairs. That's Boonstra Excavation. Boonstra. I'm going to give you an easy website to remember. Oh, my goodness. SepticColorado.com. So if you need a new system, you need to repair an old system, you need a leach field, alarm, float, access, inlet, outlet, full diagnostics, free visual inspections, reasonable camera inspections. If they have to do any digging, 970-278-6151. All out the eastern plains, the western slope, and up and down the Front Range. 970-278-6151. SepticColorado.com. Divorce is never easy, but I will tell you this firsthand. Harris Family Law makes it easy, or easier. They do collaborative law, which means they agree never to file stuff with the other party, too, unless it's talked out, and they get the other party to agree. It's called collaborative law. HarrisFamilyLaw.com, 303-515-5000. Also, they'll handle any part of your divorce or all of it. And they do mediation, which saves thousands. HarrisFamilyLaw.com, 303-515-5000.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have...
Yeah, go ahead. So, wait, their credit card was declined?
That's what they told her.
Okay, yeah.
So she went, they give her the $30 or whatever.
This is for what, Lyft or something?
No, it's fucking a taxi in Mexico.
Okay.
A regular fucking taxi.
Oh, in Mexico?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Okay.
So, next thing I know, my phone's blowing up from my fucking bank. There's like $3,000 of fucking charges on there from this fucking taxi company. She can't, it's her card, but for whatever reason, we both get the fraud things.
So hold on, so they told...
And she can't call Bart Clay, who's the bank on this card.
Right. So
from fucking Mexico.
Was it the taxi guy cheating her?
Yeah, it was the fucking taxi guy.
He was cheating her.
Fucking, he did two or three fucking charges of $1,000.
And told her it didn't work.
And
was still waiting for
So they got the $30 too.
Did you undo those charges?
Yeah, they totally froze it. We just said the fucking card was stolen. Fucking assholes. I just can't believe that. Like a fucking taxi driver. Tell me that's not fucked up.
No. In Mexico, everyone cheats you. Yep. If you get pulled over by the fucking cops, you get cheated.
I know.
Everyone cheats. Everyone cheats you. It's amazing. It's part of the culture.
It is.
If you're a fucking American, they don't give a shit.
Well, even if you're not. There's guys that work for me to go back, visit family. They'll get fake Rolexes and stuff to wash for trade bait.
It's all in. So the resort's all included.
Something when they get pulled over.
And I'm just trying to figure out what would these fucking charges possibly be.
Usually the all-inclusive resorts have their own transport.
Did they put down the taxi company name?
Yeah, it comes up as MX Transporte.
Yeah. Well, what are they going to do? Yeah, she's on her way.
So when I first see it, I'm Googling, see what this fucking thing is, who's charging it. And, the only thing I can find in English is exactly what just happened to us.
Oh, real? So it happened to them, too.
Yeah,
we
like 10 other people.
We should talk about it. People go to Mexico all the time.
I got shook down by a cop there. We were in a rental car.
Yep.
He fucking pulled me over and said, blah, 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 you were speeding, and we can make it real easy if you give me $20 right now, or I got to take your driver's license, and you need to follow me to go see the judge. That's what he told me. I said, all right, I'll follow you.
Really?
Yep. And he said, well, I really don't have enough time, so don't speed anymore, and we left.
Wow.
He tried to shake me down for $20 fucking dollars.
I would have given him the $20
get out of it.
Yeah.
I wasn't fucking speeding.
I know. But
then
not
again,
the point.
then he says, okay, you're arrested for...
Yeah, now what is this in the back seat I just found?
Well, the only thing that made me nervous is my license.
Yeah.
But I had my passport in the safe. So I'm like, okay, worst scenario, I don't get my fucking license back because this guy, whatever. And then you don't even, I'm almost sure he was a cop. I mean, he was in a police car, but you don't fucking know. They could be driving around in their buddy's police car.
Yeah. They have a lot of fake police cars, too.
Do they really?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Last time we were in Mexico, they tried to kill me and my wife.
Kill you?
Yeah.
How?
We were in Zihuatanejo, and we went to go offshore fishing. And first
Heart radio station.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-8255. Listen, you need to know that we have a lot going on, but we will get to your calls. So let's first talk with Steve, who has a comment on what's being phased out of cars. Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, hey, Tom, Steve, long-time listener.
Thank
you guys
you.
are missing one of the most obvious things these days, and that's a brain. You look behind the wheel, and they'll let any dummy drive a car anymore.
Don't you think? That's pretty funny, actually. He says brains are being phased out of cars. I mean, a lot of nuts behind the wheels are being added. We talked about being phased out of cars, Mark. Crank windows, manual transmissions, regular brakes, carburetors, lockout hubs, ashtrays, lighters,
keys,
regular brakes. Oh, wait, I have regular brakes.
I don't have one vehicle that has a key. I mean,
Well,
it's got a
come on.
fob.
Wait, keys. I guess you're right.
And the Tesla's
Good
got
old-fashioned keys.
The Tesla uses my phone.
Key, yeah, which
And
is
then-
a bad idea, Mark.
And
Bad
then for a valet, it's got that little credit card looking thing.
Yeah, here's a bad idea: the phone.
I love it.
If you don't have the card, you're screwed.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, but here's the
When,
thing.
when don't you have your phone with you? Being serious.
No, I'm not talking about that. Here's what happened. I know a girl, and she works there. She said, here's what she said. The phone's kind of useless because if you don't have your card on you, if your phone ever dies, you're stuck. You don't get in your car. So you use your card. So somebody said, well, just carry your card around. Well, if I'm carrying my card around in my pocket, I don't need my phone. So, I mean, even though I have my phone. So, I mean, it's kind of cool. You have your phone, but if you leave your card, you're screwed. And you can't hide the card on the car because it'll activate. So it's really kind of weird. Anyway, JR, what's being phased out in your... Oh, hold on, sorry. You hang in there, Chris. No, yeah. Oh, Chris, hold on, yeah. First, JR, you have a comment on what's being phased out. What's being phased out?
How about windows and bench seats?
Bench
seats, yeah.
But did he say windows?
Vent window, the little
You're
little
right.
triangle window.
Oh, my gosh, vent windows for sure. They were out a long time ago, right?
And then metal antennas.
Our SUV.
Hold on, man. I got to put this a lot of stuff.
Our SUV doesn't even have a bench seat in the back now. It's got two captain seats.
Exactly.
And it's an SUV. It's crazy.
Okay, so he said metal. Okay, so bench seats too, metal antennas. Yeah. And then, man.
How about AM radios? Those are going bye-bye.
We talked about that. That's too bad, man.
Yeah, and the last guy hit on one. I was going to say common courtesy and common sense.
You're right about that. Wow, that's right. Now, Chris, you have a question on data transfer from a computer. What's going on?
Yeah, hi, Tom. How you doing?
Good, man.
Good. Yeah, I don't know if you or Mark might know. I know Mark has a lot of experience in PCs and computers and all that too. But
yeah, he owned a company.
Yeah, right. And I have an old PC with an old operating system, like Windows 8.1. Okay, I'm transferring to a brand new computer I have with Windows 11, but I want to get all my data from this old computer to the new one without just transferring each file over and losing a lot of stuff.
Just do it. You're just going to have to do it on a USB stick, man.
And
just
manually.
the files. Yeah.
I would do it manually as carefully as possible. You're not going to have a high data transfer rate between an old stuff like that and a new one. I don't think so.
Remember back in the day they had the zip drive.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you can do it. You can also do a solid state.
Wait, did you just say you have one?
No.
I used to have a zip drive.
I think you can do a solid state drive because that computer will just sense it.
It just needs if the old one's got a USB, it just needs a little USB stick.
How old is that computer?
Oh, it's over 5 years old, but like I said, it's running on Windows 8.
Oh, that's not terrible.
It's not
okay.
supported anymore.
I would do it. I would back it up. You can back it up all at once, not as a backup, but you just move the files onto a solid state drive. Those are cheaper now. If you get a solid state drive.
Well, I mean, it's not like you're going to bring programs over. All you need is files. I mean, a USB drive should be plenty.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah, you're not going to copy Adobe Photoshop over.
That is a solid state drive for all intents and purposes. It is. It is a solid state drive.
Yeah, it is, of course.
Okay, so also make sure you have enough coal to shovel into the burner for that old computer, and then.
Oh yeah.
But
you could probably take that hard drive out, if you wanted to,
and
then
put it in the new one.
And just put it in the new one as a secondary drive, then you could always just access that drive.
Now, but that old 5-year-old drive is going to be way old as far as it's going to be slow
Well, it's not
access.
that old. Actually, my hard drive is newer. It's a 1 terabyte drive. So
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I just move it over,
You
man.
can move it over. Do you know how? It's not a laptop, right?
No. I could probably just put it in. I'm sure there's an extra bay in there for the
You
for
should,
secondary drive.
if you know how to do it. By the way, let me ask, what new computer did you get?
I just got a new Dell. God, I can't remember what kind it is. It's just.
Okay.
I think it's just a Dell Inspiron.
What
This
processor?
one it had.
What processor?
I went with the i5 on it because I didn't need an i7 for what I was doing it for right now.
Oh no, I get it. They have i9s out too, man. I mean, but but they keep changing processors. My God, they just keep getting faster. Here's what I want to know: why don't they just go to the highest speed? Why do they keep going a couple?
It's a big price difference, man.
Well, I know it's a price difference, but what I mean is this: if they have the technology to go faster, why don't they just go as fast as they can? You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's not cost effective. You're not going to buy. I mean,
so you're saying that if they had the technology to go from, let's say, a 1.5 gigahertz, is that what they measure in speed, gigahertz or whatever it is?
Yeah,
whatever. 1.5, and like my processor on this thing, I think is 2.8 or something, or 3.7, and then they're going to eventually go 4 and 5 and 6. Why do we wait?
Well, a lot of it.
Why do we wait? Why
a
don't
lot
they
of it
just
is
do
because
it?
they start building other stuff into the processor. So you might have some form of RAM in the processor built in instead of having separate RAM, which is going to make it faster regardless. In other words, it's really the design, not just the speed.
It could be. It could be. It just takes time, is what you're saying. Anyway, what's being phased out of cars, Bill?
Well, one, bias ply tires.
What kind of tires?
Well, this ain't 1950, bro.
Non-radial.
They're all radial.
They're all radial. Yeah.
So you don't.
There hasn't been a bias, unless it's a trailer tire for years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Two spare tires.
Oh,
Good
you're
one.
right. Regular spare, you mean?
That's really a good one.
Then they have run
Actually,
flats
they're
on some that have none.
They're not putting spares in them at all.
No, wait. The ones. Are you talking about the ones that don't even supply a donut?
Correct.
Yeah, most cars, man.
Wait, why?
I don't know.
What do you do with a flat?
Well, most new cars come, like Hyundai at least, comes with roadside for whatever, 3 years, 5 years,
or
whatever
a run
it is.
flat. Do any of them come with run flats?
Not a Hyundai, but yeah, I mean upper
BMWs and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that, yeah.
Wow.
No, even my new Cadillac did not have a spare tire.
What?
It came with an inflator and some.
We paid extra on.
Holy crap!
We paid extra on one of our Santa Fe's to have the spare.
Wow.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Discover.
Another easy Friday morning of driving throughout the Denver Metro. I-25 north and southbound showing intended speeds into and out of the downtown area. Leaving downtown on the east end, I-70 east and westbound flowing free to and from DIA. However, leaving DIA, Pena Boulevard southbound, we are seeing some significant slowdowns between E470 and I-70. Up on the northwest end, between the Westminster area and Boulder, Highway 36 east and westbound, no complaints. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies today, warmer than yesterday with highs in the lower 50s. Overnight low of 29. Tomorrow even warmer with a high of 53. The current temperature in Denver is 43 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 K-House.
We could talk about how complicated other banks make it to redeem credit card rewards. Or we could talk about how with Discover, you can redeem your rewards for cash in any amount at any time. Talk about amazing. Learn more at discover.com/redeem rewards. Terms apply.
Safety is what a lot of people are looking for now for investments. They're sick and tired of the stock market. Do you know there are ways to put your money in a guaranteed account that grows tax-free or tax-deferred, but you can make it tax-free, and you can have income for life? There are various options, and I'd like you to check out the website mymoneymyway.com for those options. I know Joe Chiano, I know Jordan, I know the team. They do what they say, and they say what they do. They tell you up front and show you the safety of these investments. We're talking about guaranteed investments and guaranteed income. That's mymoneymyway.com, 303-779-6600. You know, right now, you have 2 days to get health insurance. Some people, they're befuddled by the choices. You cannot compare 50 to 100 plans, but there's one that's best for you, your family, maybe your company if you're buying a group plan. The way you do it is let Integra do it, even for supplements, for for Medicare. So I let them do it, and that is the IntegraInsurance.com. That's IntegraInsurance.com, 303-466-5500.
If you haven't heard, it's flu season. And with COVID-19 and RSV also going around, protecting your loved ones and our healthcare system is especially important. There are easy ways to quiet the flu, though, like covering your cough, washing your hands, and getting your flu vaccine. The flu vaccine is safe, effective, and convenient. You can even get it at the same time as your COVID-19 vaccine. Want to quiet the flu? Get your flu vaccine. Find out how. Visit FluVaxColorado.org.
Plumbline Services has a plum crazy deal on your furnace and AC replacement. This month only, get a free Carrier furnace with the purchase of a qualifying air conditioner. That's plum crazy affordable. A free Carrier furnace from Plumbline and Carrier. Turn to the experts. Call now before this plum crazy deal ends. 303-633-5577 or schedule online at plumlineservices.com. Service at home, servants at heart, and plum crazy good deals.
I never write reviews, but Navage is so amazing, I had to leave one. Nothing's ever cleared out my sinuses as well. I'm blown away by how Navage works. That's a review from Carrie, and it's one of over 100,000 online testimonials praising Navage. I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I've talked about flushing out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs. How Navage's powered suction can help you breathe better, and how your nose is the body's air filter, and Navage will clean it out. But don't take my word for it. What do people like Chad say, who wrote, Navage has helped clear out my nasal passages every single night. My wife says my snoring has gone way down. Snorefest be gone, unquote. Navage is the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million customers to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath, Target, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
The Venture X card from Capital One gives you premium travel benefits, perfect for seeing Taylor Swift the Eras Tour. Presented by Capital One. Oh, I do love her. Earn 5 times miles on flights and 10 times miles on hotels through Capital One Travel.
Enjoy your stay in Suite 13.
Whoa, 13? That's Taylor's lucky number. The Venture X card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Harris Family Law. Stability, knowledge, guidance, and strong representation you need for all family law matters. Divorce, separation, child custody, and support. Call Harris Family Law. 303-515-5000. More than 25 years of service, including mediation, which can save you thousands. I know Rich and Lisa Harris personally. Their firm is the one to call, whether in a crisis or just contemplating divorce. 303-515-5000 or harrisfamilylaw.com.
Make a New Year's resolution that's easy to keep. Help protect your identity and finances with LifeLock Identity Theft Protection. LifeLock detects identity threats you may miss on your own. And if you become a victim, LifeLock will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses. But LifeLock by Norton makes it easy to help protect yourself. Join now and save up to 25% off your first year. Go to LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS.
Of course, your favorite station is on the free iHeartRadio app. Take us with you anywhere and listen anytime. Plus, get thousands of other stations and playlists all free. Download our free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
iHeartRadio.
Meet Mike Lester.
You sit down with somebody and they put themselves out there as an advisor. Their job is to advise you on how to invest your money. If they turn around and try to sell you an annuity product, now they're a salesperson. I'm very frustrated with how they promote themselves as advisors, but really they're just salespeople for insurance companies. I wouldn't sell my mother an annuity, and if somebody's looking out for your best interest, they wouldn't sell you one either.
Visit guardingyournestegg.com.
Allen Private Wealth LLC. Investing in stock markets involves the risk of loss, and there is no guarantee that all or any capital invested will be repaid. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results.
Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Okay, so what's being phased out of cars? Give us a call, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I think I took Bill on line one, Kachina Kalori. I think we took him. Ricardo wants to talk about a complaint on a school. What is happening with you, man?
Hey, I think it's called the Hands Made Tale.
What are we talking about? We're talking about a school, right?
Yeah, the school. My son is going to be watching that in English class.
Yes.
Or is watching it in English class.
Wait, he's watching a movie that you
it's a Netflix series or Hulu series.
Oh.
And there's a...
What is it? Okay, what is it called?
The Maid's Hand Tale.
Oh, The Handmaiden's Tale. I got it now.
Yeah.
They're what? Wait, whoa. How? What grade?
He's a senior.
Man, that's pretty heavy. I mean,
what's the issue though?
He doesn't want him watching
English.
it.
What does that have to do with English?
Well, first, I don't have any idea what it has to do with English. They're watching a TV series called Handmaid's Tale.
I watched the first season. I liked it.
Handmaid's Tale is basically about surrogates, right? I mean, that's the bottom line.
Well, women in the future are basically just used for only a handful of them can get pregnant. Most women can't get pregnant in the future.
And the handmaidens are the one that get pregnant.
They can get pregnant, and they're basically slaves.
And they're basically sex slaves, and the guy does it to them while his wife watches.
Yeah, it's weird like that.
I mean, that's weird. What does it have to do with English?
It was originally a novel. It was made into a series.
Well, so what?
I'm just saying that's the only correlation I can make.
Well, everything's usually a novel, most everything.
But what's it even? You're not going to change the school. I mean, you pull the kid out of the school, put him in another school, put him in a charter school, put him in a private school.
No, but seriously, though, let's just say, I do wonder why I really do wonder why. Did you just straight up ask, why are they watching Handmaid's Tale?
No, I haven't yet. I mean...
You should. I want to know.
I'm going to go... I mean, if there's a meeting or something I can go to...
No, there's nothing... No, you can call the principal right now. You can call... You are a tax-paying citizen. You have kids in this school, and you can go in there and talk or ask to talk to the teacher. You don't have to be a belligerent about it. I don't think you will be. I mean, I used to have questions... I used to have questions for my kids' teachers all the time.
Sure. Sometimes the principal's not even aware of what some teachers are doing.
And, it doesn't even have to be a complaint. I would go in and say, I noticed that, you play this and this and this, and what does this have to do with this? I've asked questions before. It's all how you couch it. I mean, but I would say... I don't have any clue why Handmaid's Tale would be watched in English. I have no idea.
Hey, Tom.
Yeah.
So, interestingly enough, my kids go to Cherokee Trail, and my daughter is a senior there. She's in the English honors class, which is one step. This is the International Baccalaureate.
Yeah.
The IB class that's watching this. So it is the highest level class. So that's also a little bit strange to me. And I confirm
why are they watching? I don't think there's anything wrong with asking. I want you to ask. You're a parent. I would just straight up ask. Say, I'd like to get the email of the teacher and say, they want to communicate with parents, and they have to. Again, it's how you approach it. Some people automatically attack teachers and educators and healthcare workers and all, and that's what gets the problem. But the problem is not the inquiry. Now, after you get an answer, it would be interesting what it is. I mean, because, of all the series, I'm looking at this. It's not even see, it's fantasy, so you can't say it's for the language of the period.
I looked it up, and this is what they're saying. They say it shows... And it teaches the kids.
Wait, what did you look up?
I literally Googled, why do they show The Handmaid's Tale in my high school?
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so it comes down to this. It's saying that in the show, it shows how the American education system falls further into privatization and theatrics. So
what? I didn't see anything about that.
Basically, they're saying, from what I'm reading in this, it's saying they're trying to say that like charter schools and other schools shouldn't be around, and that's why they show this.
Because it's again.
They're saying the public schools need to show this. I mean, how would you?
Public schools need to show
what
it.
Is that? How does that?
In other words,
it
supports public schools, is what you're saying, Mark. Right?
Yeah. Well, it not necessarily supports public schools, but it's saying that the more private schools there are, that the country could become like The Handmaid's Tale.
That's what I'm saying. They're supporting public schools. They're saying that private schools can lead to men doing
How
it
do
to
you
of
read
handmaidens.
Pretty much exactly what you said, that if the charter schools and private schools are allowed to take over, it'll basically allow the collapse of everything we know and turn into this.
Yeah.
Whereas public
it's
education, of course, is wonderful.
But that's why they show it.
But that still doesn't have anything to do with
I would ask
English.
Ricardo.
It says The Handmaid's Tale shows literacy as the ultimate freedom. That's how it starts off the article.
Well, what's wrong with that? I mean, that's.
Well, I don't. Apparently, these people really like the
just
show.
Put it in cursive. They'll never be able to read it.
My goodness. Oh, that's being phased out in general. Cursive writing. You know, I mean, not in cars, but I'm talking about as in general. We could expand our question. Ricardo, that's very interesting.
It says, and listen, there's a lot of people that says it creates strong emotional responses among students, and it promotes great teaching opportunities. It's not just his school. I think they're showing this all over the place, man. And this guy's not going to change it.
Oh man, senior English class. I don't know, man. I think it's weird. I'm not one of these. I'm not going to go out and, protest. I just think it's weird. But I think our educational system in general is weird. Kids come out of high school stupid. Let's just say it like it is, okay? If you're a senior, you're stupid right now when it comes to life, okay? Most of you. You have no idea about real life. Not one clue how the economy works, how the stock market works, how a checkbook works, how a checking account works, how banking, investments, car insurance, nothing, zero, zip, stupid. In all of these years, we have never come up with practical education, ever come up, ever.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Discover.
Another easy Friday morning of driving throughout the Denver Metro. I-25 north and southbound showing intended speeds into and out of the downtown area. Leaving downtown on the east end, I-70 east and westbound flowing free to and from DIA. However, leaving DIA, Pena Boulevard southbound, we are seeing some significant slowdowns between E470 and I-70. Up on the northwest end, between the Westminster area and Boulder, Highway 36 east and westbound, no complaints. Box 31 pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies today, warmer than yesterday with highs in the lower 50s. Overnight low of 29. Tomorrow even warmer with a high of 53. The current temperature in Denver is 43 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 K-House.
We could talk about how complicated other banks make it to redeem credit card rewards. Or we could talk about how with Discover, you can redeem your rewards for cash in any amount at any time. Talk about amazing. Learn more at discover.com/redeem rewards. Terms apply.
Fix It 24/7 will come to your house for $39. They will do the most extraordinary furnace tune-up, check, and adjustments, and that's all you pay. $39 for new customers only. It's an extraordinary deal. Now, another thing you can do for $39 is call Fix It for any problem with plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains for a diagnostic. You need to know what's wrong. You need to know what it will cost to fix. They'll come for just $39, and they'll give you a price. And when they do, if you have the work done, they credit you the $39. So they are the boss when it comes to $39 specials. FixMyHome.com, 720-526-3939.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hi, Colorado. This is Steve Powers with McDonald Automotive. When considering an electric or hybrid vehicle, what motivates you? Is it reducing greenhouse gas emissions? Is it fuel savings? Maybe it's protecting our natural resources, or simply the exhilarating performance of an electric vehicle. At McDonald Automotive, we're all in when it comes to EVs. We're one of the few automotive groups where you can shop 5 brands and 21 models of fully electric or plug-in hybrid vehicles. We're the first dealership to partner with Xcel Energy, and we've trained our technicians and built the infrastructure to support EV owners. Our trained technicians are knowledgeable and passionate about electric and hybrid vehicles, and they're always happy to share their expertise with our customers. Our brands include Audi, Volkswagen, Hyundai, Volvo, and Polestar. Stop by our McDonald dealerships on South Broadway in Littleton, or visit Colorado's only Polestar store in the heart of Cherry Creek North. The McDonald family of dealerships, powered by Xcel Energy. Visit us today.
The average home sold with Orchard sells within 1 month. And with Orchard's win-win program, you can win twice. Here's how. Win number 1. Orchard can make you a solid, guaranteed cash offer for your home. We're talking about a serious cash offer from Orchard, not some home buying company trying to lowball you. But here's where it gets better for you. Orchard will handle the sale of your old home, including upgrades, listing, and showing. Here's win number 2. When Orchard sells your old home for more than your cash offer, you keep the extra. You win again. That bears repeating. Orchard not only guarantees the sale of your home, but when it sells for more than they offered you, you keep the upside. Orchard's win-win program gives you the confidence you'll receive the maximum value for your old home without all the hassles of selling it. If you're curious what Orchard would pay for your home, get a no-cost, no-obligation offer at Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
Facing a job loss? Considering a pension buyout, a severance package, or what to do with your 401k? Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, and I can help. 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604.
Tune into Peace to You from Peace Lutheran Church in Arvada this Sunday. Peace to You brings you encouragement and a fresh, uplifting start to your week. Peace to You comes every Sunday, right here on 630 KHOW at 7:30 a.m.
Celebrate New Year's all month long with K&H Home Solutions. For every window you buy, you get a second one free. The more you buy, the more you save. Minimum purchase required. Plus 45% off siding. And when you buy a Provia entry door, you get a matching storm door at half price. Details at khwindows.com.
For windows, siding, doors, and more, K&H Home Solutions has what you're looking for.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. What's going on? Okay. Michael, it's car day, but we'll take any question. He's talking about premium, or what we used to call high test. Remember that high test?
Well, that was in the old days, Tom. You and I spoke before. I'm the old codger who lives in Lyman.
that talked to you about that dating thing out there on 950 South Cherokee here not too long ago.
Right.
Well, there was a statement made on the program about premium fuels, and it was very unfavorable, and, quote, it was a ripoff. Well, they're not.
We never said they were a ripoff, and we didn't call them premium. We talked about high octane versus low octane.
Well, that's right. Well, it's still a premium fuel. Now, I write the automotive article column here for our town. I've been doing it for 4 years.
Okay.
And I'd like to read just a quick excerpt to you of what I wrote in this back on June 6th.
How long will that take?
Not very.
I mean, we don't like reading, but go ahead. We have to have questions in between. Go ahead.
Sure. Octane is an additive to gasoline that reduces the explosive nature of the air-fuel mixture that enters the engine.
Right.
By doing this, the ignition timing can be more advanced, so the internal combustion in the engine can occur when the piston is at optimal position to extract the most force at the point of combustion. Therefore, more power is generated torque to get the car/truck weight moving. Also, since the combustion is reduced, less heat is generated internally, and the cooling system isn't as overburdened. Because of lower combustion temps, the oil refineries put in an additive package into the premium fuel to prevent carbon built up on the valves and fuel injectors from clogging.
Okay, the additives are in most fuels, but I don't want you to keep reading. You made your point. You're saying you get more power out of high premium or high octane fuels. Here's what we said. We never said you get more or less power. Here's what we said, if you want to know. They asked, is it worth buying premium fuel? Here's what we said. You will not ruin your engine with today's NOx sensors and electronics if you use lower octane fuels. And the way you know that is you use a lower octane fuel, and if your car runs fine, you can use it. If it knocks a little, you don't use it. But what we said was you will get the same mileage and the same performance for less money. Not performance, the same mileage and the same transportation for less money. We were not talking about drag racing or getting more power. Today, people don't give a squat about power. They don't care about power so much. They care about economy. That's what we were addressing. Is it worth paying more for premium fuel when you can still get there at the same time and the same basic car for less money? That's what we said. It was not worth it. That's what we're talking about. So you're talking about power, and we're talking about economy.
No, I'm not talking about power or economy. I'm talking about efficiency, Tom.
Okay.
Now,
you're saying, well, are you telling me you're going to get more miles to the gallon with premium fuel? If so, I want you to put up $1,000 and we'll test it, because you're wrong. You don't get better mileage with premium fuel.
I didn't say you're getting better mileage.
Okay, what are you talking about? Every time I capsulize, you did nothing in that article, the first one you read, the first part, except talk about power. Now you said you're talking about economy. And when I tell you you don't get more mileage, you say you're not talking about economy. So tell me the benefit of premium fuel.
It takes less premium fuel to generate the combustion needed to move the car forward.
So are you saying you get better gas mileage with premium fuel?
What's that?
Do you get better gas mileage with premium fuel?
It depends on the automobile and how you drive it.
And that's exactly what we said. We said if your car runs fine on lower octane fuel, you will get better and more gas mileage for less money. And we stand by it, Michael. You have done nothing to refute what we said.
Well, if you let me finish, I can refute.
Okay, finish. Go ahead.
Okay, fine. Now, cars are so smart these days, they can sense the quality of fuel in the car. That's with the adjustable timing we were talking about. The better the fuel, the less the car needs. And so
you go back. You keep going back to economy, Michael. My offer stands. Put up $1,000 I will bet you don't get any better gas mileage with higher premium fuel, or better than that, it doesn't pay to put it in. The cost per mile will be better with lower cost fuel than higher cost fuel. You keep going back to it takes less fuel to move forward. You keep going back to efficiency. I am telling you there will be no difference in gas mileage. I have tested it for 15 years. Not one fucking mile.
Check your email. You got to reset that password, man.
What to what?
4 years.
What do you want me to do?
Put it back to the one it's been for 2 years is what Mike.
I don't know what it was, Mark.
Right here,
I'll
send it something. Evidently, the fuel level sensor is actually to measure the quality of fuel in the car.
Right?
Because there's no such fucking thing as it can tell.
Did you get an email on it though?
No, hold on. No, but I'll gladly change it. I want to. Then I'll change it.
People don't understand if the exhaust is measured.
Why does he think you get better gas mileage? That is such.
Don't. First of all, he's got 4 years of writing shit, so he's just.
Yeah.
Whatever that meant.
Yeah. I think he was trying to level himself up as an expert of some kind.
But I always get that question. I tell people the same thing. Track your mileage.
Mm-hmm.
If your car seems to run a little bit better, a little more power, a little bit, a couple.
But there's no sensor that measures the octane in the fucking
No.
engine. I'm going to call my parts department right now and order a fucking octane sensor. See how long they look for it.
Remember those additives people used to buy? They probably still sell that shit.
You go to AutoZone. They have I call it the wall of shame. You can buy an additive for anything at AutoZone.
My favorites, you got a bad head gasket, little liquid glass, baby. Or what's the name of the product, though? There's one that's actually, God, it's like called stock leak or something.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's several different kinds, but
the little shooters.
The silver one. Yep.
That's the nastiest stuff on the planet.
I put that in an old. I put it in an old Acura 3.2 TL, and it didn't even get me.
You know what
it didn't even get me home.
Stop in the spice department, get a big jar of coarse black pepper, throw that in. At least it doesn't gum up.
I'll tell you.
BG. Yeah.
I'll tell you one that works great. No bullshit. It's not an additive for gas, but that Marvel's Mystery Oil. I've seen seized engines, my guys fucking hand crank, pour that shit right down there and hand crank it out of a seize.
It's just tranny foot.
It's mystery oil.
Huh.
It's like most guys don't know anything about transmissions.
It's like McDonald's fucking secret sauce, bro.
I just put that liquid rubber in, it seals everything. What's that stuff they advertise on TV?
Oh, I love that shit. Flex Seal.
Flex Seal. Put that in.
Man, you can spray it, you can paint it, you can.
We had some jackass paint the whole side of its fucking transmission inside that shit, man.
They have a tape on it.
Take that crap off of there, motherfucker.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Why'd he put it on there?
I'm trying to stop a leak.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And he sprayed Flex Seal.
All over the side of this motherfucker.
I fucking love it. I'm going to suggest people do that before they bring it in.
Good, yeah. We'll wait till you find
out.
No,
they tested. I think consumers tested that thing where they put, the screen in the bottom of the boat, and they said that it actually worked. The only difference was they needed more than one coat. But when they put a couple of coats on it, it actually sealed the whole screen, and they're able to use the boat.
It
does not seal the transmission, I'll tell you that.
It's good for, it would be good for like a camper, an RV, if you were in a fucking bad spot. But what I learned is if you're ever in a lifeboat that someone cut in half, you can use the tape to put that motherfucker back together.
Mm-hmm.
And that probably happens more than you know.
But if you're already in the lifeboat, somebody cut in half, and even if you have the tape on you, you're going to have trouble.
It'd be a bitch.
Well, I would assume...
Here, hold this for me.
Hold the boat together.
Put both hands up.
I love that
I would
commercial.
assume that as soon as you saw somebody starting to saw the boat in half, you throw him over the fucking side of the boat.
Yeah, no shit. I love shit like that, though. You know what my daughter got me a while back? It's this fucking thing that you can put shit in hamburgers or hot dogs. It's like as seen on TV.
Oh, yeah, I've seen one of those things.
So, like, you put the raw meat in, And then the way it presses together, you can put anything in the middle of the hamburger.
Oh, yeah.
So you can put the bacon in the hamburger. And then the hot dog one is really kind of bizarre. It kind of shoots in whatever you want to put in the hot dog, which is generally, in my case, bacon. So pretty much it's a bacon machine.
Well, I tell you what, this year when we fried our prime rib for Christmas,
Good.
Well, we've done it several times before, yeah, we love it. But, you know, we usually have, you know, barbecue, some jalapeno poppers, you know.
Oh, I love them.
Cream cheese with bacon.
Love them.
Make sure you use toothpick to hold motherfuckers together.
Yeah.
Do it in the fucking fry.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
You know the best?
I wouldn't even have thought of trying them in there.
Air fryer.
Yeah, I've heard they work really well in there, too.
Fucking, we buy them at King Supers, you know, pre-made, ready to go like that. Just fucking delicious. Bacon cooks perfectly. Cooks fast. You know, I had something there the other day that was good. It was bacon-wrapped chicken breast, and it was really good from King's.
Yeah, the wife does that, but she'll mix, like, cream cheese and habanero peppers and whatnot.
I
and stuff
love those jalapenos, man. Suzanne made some one time, and she didn't get a lot of the seeds out, man. Holy shit, were they hot. She made some stuffed mushrooms one time and put like one drop of this habanero kind of bullshit in them. Oh my God, it was the hottest thing I ever ate.
Some of the habanero stuff's just over the top.
Oh, it was so over the top. It was horrible, man. It was horrible.
Well, I take it you wouldn't like my green chili.
Oh no, that's different than this fucking ghost pepper bullshit, man.
Ghost pepper?
Yeah, it was literally one drop. It probably was a ghost pepper.
But, you know, I mean, hot for the sake of hot with no flavor doesn't make no sense.
There was.
Without flavor, there's no reason. Yeah.
No.
Some people just like destroying.
Mm-hmm.
I got a buddy, Cyber Dave, man. He can eat anything hot. I mean, anything. That's kind of his
I thought you
deal.
loved hot stuff.
I do like hot stuff, but not
I
like
like
that.
Spicy. I just
no
don't
ghost
like
pepper.
stupid. Like you said, if there's no flavor benefit, there's no.
I love jalapenos. Fucking love them.
You know what's interesting? I can't do like pepper stuff like you find
I sent
on,
you what it was, so just would you get in there and
like,
change
you
it?
know, hot sauce, but I can eat wasabi almost plain.
I got
It's two different.
It's for a new client we have. It's a
different
really
kind of
good
hot.
one.
Well, it's like a horseradish.
Yeah.
Well, wasabi you get actually.
Oh,
is,
CO
I know
trains,
it's horseradish.
Because
I've
real
had
wasabi is very
real.
very hot.
I've had
I
real.
love it.
well,
COtrains.com.
doesn't last very long.
It's easy.
Real
That's all they
wasabi
do.
is very smoky flavored. It's not that hot.
And it's good, and it doesn't last that long on your plate.
No, but I've had real wasabi. We have to grate it.
But he's got to log in there, so. All right.
Any kind of pepper stuff, just I can't. Even this pepperoni is too spicy.
Pepperoni?
This
There's
stuff
no
is-
spice in pepperoni.
That stuff is too spicy for me.
A fucking pepperoni?
That pepperoni.
I have never considered that spicy.
What? Oh no, it's okay.
I'm shocked that's spicy to you.
I just have very sensitive when it comes to that kind of stuff.
I'm gonna fucking bring in some fucking habanero.
Now I have some stuff for you.
You
Mark.
won't even know. You won't know till your
So
mouth.
did you have some of the summer sausage I dropped off for him last year? Did you try that?
Last week? No.
No, not last week. Last year.
Was it spicy?
though. I didn't.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So let's talk. What's new in your life? Listen to this. WaterPros.net will get you a full house softening system and throw in a full house filter for drinking water for under $2,000. It's an extraordinary deal, only to the end of the month. That's WaterPros.net. You won't do better. Okay, let's keep going here. Sienna has an issue with a moving company. Today's Car Day, we'll talk about cars and anything else you want. One of the topics we have is what has been phased out of cars over the years. It's a fun discussion, and we'll be doing that more as we go on if you can think of stuff. But, Sienna, what's happening with the moving company here? Sienna?
Well, I'm
I booked a move to Wisconsin with Empire, and they said that.
Who is
they gave me a
Empire?
quote.
Where did you find Empire?
It was on the internet. It was Empire Moving Group.
Out of Florida.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's an automatic ripoff. So, I mean, if you
Boca Raton.
Yeah, I can tell you haven't listened to the show because every moving broker and every moving company you find in Florida is a ripoff. Every one of them. So, tell me how they ripped you off, Sienna, and I'm hoping we can help you.
Well, I paid them half.
Yep.
You don't even got to ask her. We know exactly what happened.
We know what happened. You paid them half, which, by the way, was for nothing. That goes to another company. They transfer the contract, and then they're going to get money from you when they come and pick it up. So after you paid, right, and then they came and picked it up and said, "Oh, we have way more than we thought," and then they collect more. How much more? First of all, how much did you pay up front for? You paid Empire how much up front?
$4,700 and some dollars.
Okay, $4,700 up front. Okay, then when the other guy came to pick it up,
did you actually get your stuff?
The second, how much did the second mover charge?
He wanted $2,395.
Okay, did you pay it? Did you pay it?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, hold on. So you kept your stuff?
Yes.
He never picked it up?
He came and he was going to load it in a box truck and take it to a warehouse, he said. And because I had more than what he thought.
They always say that. Yeah. He wanted
to bring on.
He wanted $2,700, right?
$2,395.
Okay. All right. Listen. So you wanted $2,400. Now listen. Here's what I want to ask you. Do you still have your stuff?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Now listen. Please listen to me. You're not going to believe this, but the $4,700 you paid is cheap to walk away from if you have to. Do not continue with Empire. You are being set up for a major ripoff. Here's how it works. The first company you contact in Florida, they take the money and do nothing. They pass the contract to someone else. Their job is to come and find you and tell you they miscalculated and you owe more money. Then when you pay the extra money, there's a third guy that takes your stuff and then says, we need more money to deliver it. So you will end up spending with them $12,000 to $15,000. Do not do it.
You know, Marty's actually dealt with this company before. I don't remember the outcome, but I think it was...
Are you sure it was Empire?
Yeah, he just emailed me.
I don't remember them. So listen, Sienna. Right now, how did you pay that $4,700?
On a credit card.
Okay, listen. It was a stolen credit card. Please call right now. Your card was stolen. Please. I'm telling you the truth. Or you just lost $4,700. It's up to you. Do not continue with this company. There's no need to hear more about it. They are an absolute ripoff. You will not ever get the service for $47, $57, $67, $77. It's going to be $12,000 to $15,000. Please.
And sometimes you just simply never see your stuff.
Yeah. So please, you call your credit card company. You have no idea what this charge is. Your credit card was lost or stolen. Please, I swear to you, there's nothing else you can do. Please do it.
Yeah, Marty
Please.
said definitely Empire, the one in Boca, and that's the one she's dealing with. And
don't even bother trying to get a refund.
The consumer couldn't get their stuff, but Marty got them their stuff. So
yeah,
that's good.
Now, if you need to move, Sienna, that's a good. Thanks, Doc. You need to know who to use. Let me tell you. Okay, right now,
American Movers. American Moving.
Do they go up across state
Yeah,
lines?
they're Belkin, man.
Okay.
Or Beacon? What
Are
is
you
it called?
Beacon? Are you sure American?
Yes.
You're talking about. It's on a referral list.
Yes.
American Moving. Okay, just please check it. Also, I was going to tell you some others on the referral list.
Here, I have to go.
Okay, go, but go and be ripped off, man.
American Moving.
American Moving. Since you are not listening, just go and get ripped off because you're not going to do anything we just said. I can tell. Goodbye. Gerald, what's going on with you? Hello, Daryl.
Okay, you guys were talking about gasoline.
Yes. Yes, sir.
So I have a Land Rover, and a dealer told me not to put anything but premium.
Yeah, of course.
And also on the gas cap it says that. So
yeah.
Can I just put regular unleaded in there?
Listen, every car I've owned called for the highest premium you could get. Okay, every car I've owned. And on all of my cars, I was able to go down to regular unleaded with no problem whatsoever. However, one of them, on one, I had for a very short time, if I put anything but the highest octane in, I could hear a ticking and a hesitation, and so I did not use it. That car was a Ferrari, and I don't know why, but it did not take regular fuel. Why is that, Kevin? Why? It was a new Ferrari.
Yeah, just the compression ratios and different things.
Okay, so the answer is, if it runs well, you can use it.
Sure.
If it doesn't run well, step up one grade. If it doesn't run well, step up to the highest. But if you want, Daryl, you can use premium fuel. There's nothing wrong with it. You know, we're not saying there's anything.
But I mean, why do it? No. I'm
It's
just
crazy
saying,
to do.
why should I
Don't
spend
do it.
another, Yeah, why should I spend the extra money if I don't have to?
I got a car right now that's a twin turbo that calls for, the highest octane. I have not run anything through it at all except for the cheapest gas.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm sorry that this guy up in wherever he was, he's a nice guy. I've talked to him before. What was his name? He talked about, he kept saying, well, premium is you get more power. Then he says it also takes less power to move forward because it extracts more power from the gas. So it takes less gas to move forward. So I said, you mean better economy? He says, no, I'm not talking about economy. That's exactly the definition of economy. Less gas moving forward. So I challenged him. He said, you get better gas mileage with premium. You do not. Driving habits affect fuel. Octane does not affect the mileage. It will affect the amount of power. It will not do anything else. So that's it. Why pay? You shouldn't, unless you have to.
Are you thinking about selling your home? With Orchard, you can skip the typical headaches and hassles of listing a home and go straight to getting an all-cash offer. It's simple. Once Orchard determines your home value, they make you a cash offer. Then, when Orchard sells your home for more than they paid you for it, you keep all the profit. If you're ready to maximize your earnings on your old home and minimize the stress of selling it, you need to try Orchard. Visit Orchard.com and see how you can get an all-cash offer today. Orchard, it's the new way to home.
What is a retirement planning center, specifically Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies, who sponsor this show? They are a group of individuals, in this case a family, a father, a son, son-in-law, and the rest of the family, working together to help people prepare for retirement, whether you're 40 or 69, 70, whatever. They can help you. They help you look at everything you have, the elements of retirement, and then come up with a plan. Don't make a mistake thinking a plan is what you have in your elements. Like, for example, a 401k is not a plan. It's savings. So is a pension. They help you execute that to get the most income, not just to draw it down. rpcenter.com is where you reach them. They'll meet with you as many times as it takes for you to feel comfortable at no charge and no obligation. That's rpcenter.com, 970-663-3211. I, honest to God, use them, and I recommend them. 970-663-3211.
Man, if you
I never write reviews, but
and,
Navajas...
your floor's messed up or something else got screwed up or maybe you got fire damage and you're dealing with your insurance company, maybe you own a commercial building and have a policy on that and you're having problems with the insurance company, you got to call Matt with Paragon Services. If they're offering you 20 grand right now, for an example, I bet Matt can get you 40 grand from your insurance company, and he only gets paid a small percentage of the additional money he collects. You need someone on your side when you're dealing with your homeowner's insurance or commercial policies. That's Paragon Services. 719-726-0020. Say it with me, 719-726-0020.
Trusted by over 3 million customers to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath, Target, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
You'd never knowingly feed your pup mystery meat or spoiled grocery store food, so why are those some of the most common protein sources in kibble today? Yep, the dog food ingredient meat meal can be made of spoiled supermarket meat and packing plant scraps.
I'm veterinarian Dr. Marty Goldstein. Your dog needs a biologically appropriate diet similar to what they would eat in the wild. That's why I developed Nature's Blend, a freeze-dried raw food made with premium cuts of meat, omega-3 rich seeds, and superfood veggies and fruit.
Bailey is 12 years old.
So the verification goes to a default, which is Mikey. We're backups. It does not go to us for some reason.
Well, he changed that because we couldn't get in the other day. He put that.
So now we will get texted?
No. I think he. No,
I don't care.
I always ask him to do it. I want him to be able to.
I know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll start doing that. Don't worry about it. Okay, good. I changed it, Mark.
What the fuck is that? God damn, how old is that?
Tell me what everything is then.
Hold on. What do you got going here? So what do you mean? Tell you what they are?
Yeah.
Okay, headlight switch.
Nope.
Well, okay, footrest.
Nope.
It's not some bullshit, though, right?
No.
Okay, fucking emergency brake.
Yep.
Clutch.
Correct.
Gas.
Nope.
Brake.
Correct.
Gas.
Right.
Headlights.
Nope.
That's not headlights?
No.
What the fuck would that be? What?
Sort of see it there.
This little thing?
Yeah.
Headlights.
Yeah,
And then, what the fuck is that weird one? Choke. It looks like
Talked about it earlier.
It'd be a weird place to put a fucking cigarette lighter. Yep. Here, give me a light. What is that? Oh, that's right.
Oh, it's on the floor? Oh, okay.
God, what
I thought we were on
year
the
is that?
dash.
What year?
This was like a 53 or 54.
Yeah. I had a vehicle that had the headlight down there.
Mm-hmm.
Or I drove one. It wasn't mine.
Yeah, they always had it down there.
Yeah. It was what?
Until
Early to
later.
mid-70s, I think.
Yeah, mid-70s, yeah.
So, I'll tell you what's weird is the Tesla's got, instead of a turn signal, it's 2 arrows on the yoke. So, like when you turn, you just hit with your thumb on the yoke. And I still want to go like this or go like this.
Old school muscle memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then what's really fucked up, you get into any other car in the world, and you're back to that.
This is what I was talking about earlier. That's the starter button next to the accelerator pedal.
What is it?
That's the starter button.
What is that? Oh, that's what you took a picture. It's not yours.
No, it's not
Okay.
mine. It was in a customer's vehicle.
I remember getting
But
a
you
rental
still have to
car
have a
when I
key
took
to
my
turn it
folks
on.
back to
You
Florida
have
one
to turn the
time.
key on, then you have to hit the starter button.
It's kind of dark in the underground parking lot of Orlando, trying to find the shifter. You know, I'm reaching for it, trying to, you know, it's a knob over here.
Yeah.
Shit like that. It's just like,
Yeah. Well, I mean, like,
mechanical
so
gear.
mine,
Do you know how the
you
gear?
touch
I know
the
what you're
touch
talking
screen,
I'll bet you. I'll guarantee.
and you go
But
up,
for that,
and that's drive,
and what it
or you
probably
go
did
down,
was-
and that's
It acted like
reverse.
the
I mean,
solar
that's
on the
that's
floor.
fucking
It's
weird.
basically
Yeah.
energized the sticks to a
And then, so when I
Okay, but
go
are
through
you
the car
saying they
wash,
always
this
had
is kind of
bendix?
cool,
I thought in
actually.
the old days,
You hit car wash
Yeah,
mode,
they did have mechanical pull.
and
you
the
pulled it,
suspension
and what
goes
it did
up,
is pull the lever and push
and then the
the
windows.
pin.
I don't know. There's like
Oh,
10
weird.
fucking things.
just start locking
Could you
everything
imagine all
down
that?
and
Yeah,
closing things.
it's wild though. It's car wash.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Do any cars have more than one carburetor? I know they have more than one barrel, but do any have more than one actual carb?
Sure. Yeah,
so
do
the
Chryslers
carbs
had a
feed
six-pack?
If you had two carbs in a car, then a dual carb, would one carb feed one bank and one carb? So then you would have the problem of balancing.
Balance is a big issue, yes.
And how do you balance those carbs?
It's a skill.
Because if you don't, you would have one side of the engine fighting the other.
Yes.
Or taking most of the work.
Isn't there like a Bugatti or something that has two full engines?
That I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, with the carburetor balancing, wouldn't it be done on pressure, on suction? Wouldn't you just measure that? Or would you have to measure, how would you possibly measure fuel flow?
Yeah, I've never...
Oh, you never did it?
Well, I've done it, but I haven't really been trained.
Doesn't the gauge actually do it for you when you hook them up to new
You can do
ones?
it with vacuum. You know, you can compare vacuum.
But then
level.
there's an electronic. I thought there was electronic. But anyway, they're being phased out anyway. I mean, there are no new cars at all with a carburetor. Mark, not one new car.
Not for a long time, though, right?
How long?
20 years?
Oh, that.
Oh, it's been all that and more.
Yeah.
Whoa, come
maybe
on.
30
Maybe
years.
30, yeah.
Without a carburetor?
Most of my mechanics can't work on carburetors because they've never seen one.
So they're for older cars only. So what years would we say? 80? No. Couldn't be.
Some in the 80s, yeah.
Sometime in the 80s, they did away with carbs.
Yeah, TBI came out in, like 82, 83?
Yep, something like that. So they...
Gene, what do you have to ask about premium gasoline? Gene?
Is that? Oh, yes. Hi, Tom. Thanks.
Hi. Yes.
So my question is, I have an Infinity. I was told I have to use high-octane gasoline because it will affect the longevity of my engine.
It will it will if you have an engine that does not run well on it and does not have the proper sensing. It will. It can affect it. Mm-hmm.
So I have to listen to see if there's knocking.
You're going to know. No, here's what I'm going to tell you. You will absolutely know if the fuel's not working.
Okay.
And what I'm saying is don't put in a whole tank. I mean, start with the lowest.
What kind of car is it? What is it?
It's an Infinity FX50.
It's going to have no problem.
If you get near to bottom of your gas and then you fill up a quarter of a tank with the lower octane, then if it starts drivability, you'll notice it'll be a little hesitant. Maybe you'll hear a knock. Maybe it just won't run right. You'll know. You'll know because you drive it all the time. If it works, fine. If all of a sudden you don't like it, then what you do is take your high octane, put it in because you still have some of that gas left, and mix it. Your engine will run fine. Then when you get lower to the almost lowest, go to the second highest, go to the medium grade, and put a quarter of a tank of that in. Then if it runs, then that's the fuel. If it doesn't run great, then okay, you learn your lesson. That engine does need premium. Go back to the premium, and whatever you have left over of that medium, you don't have to drain it. You just mix it, and everything will be fine. So
that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, and then you let us know. I am depending on you to call me back and let me know. And I'm betting that your car's going to run fine.
You know, quite frankly, when dealing with the expertise of dealers, that is a salesman. Most of these guys don't know the difference between the tire and the steering wheel.
No. But I'll tell you one other thing. It's a guarantee that the car will run okay on high octane. That's why they're saying it. They're not talking about economy, Gene, but it is a guarantee, okay? Obviously, not all engines rated for high octane, not all of them run well on lower octane. Now, most of the cars that cannot tolerate lower octane are higher performance and higher compression, okay?
Okay.
So I don't think your car is in that category.
Right.
But it could. Now, there's one puzzling thing I've had. I've had a car that didn't run on it. It was high performance. But I've heard people where one car ran great on the lowest grade, and the other one of the same exact vintage, engine and everything, wanted higher octane. And I have no idea why. I just don't know why. It doesn't make sense, does it, Kevin? It could be something in the build. I don't know. I mean, do tolerances matter?
Everything matters, yeah.
Oh, yeah, tolerant. They actually, if you look at castings and everything, they have clocks on them, so they know when to reset casting forges.
So it could be just a car built on a Friday or something, or what a Monday. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think he's saying the opposite. They're all identical, right?
No, there are variances.
Oh, wow.
Well, because they have to recalibrate every now and then. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't mean they're bad. It's just that was only one weirdness when we were talking about octane, where a guy had two cars, where his friend had one just like his, and his friend could not run it on lower, and he could. They had the same engine. So, yeah, there are little differences, obviously. Then a lot of people, the unleaded fuel, a lot of people want to know, hey, Murphy has, no, that's alcohol. I'm sorry, ethanol. Murphy has non-ethanol. And a lot of cars now are built to run on ethanol, on 10%, and you'll do no harm to your car. So that's a fallacy. You don't have to go to Murphy. Now, if you have an older car, you have to go to Murphy. They're the only ones I know that have alcohol-free. And you go to Murphy because you have rubber. What is it that doesn't tolerate the alcohol?
It's the rubber components, yeah.
If you have rubber components, oh my goodness, it will not work. It will. I mean, they're not great. Let's put it that way. You want the lowest lead possible. The problem with the not lead, alcohol. The problem with the low alcohol fuels at Murphy, you have lower octane. They don't have. I think the highest octane they sell without alcohol is 80 octane. I don't know anything. Now, by the way, we're not recommending anyone try to run their car on 80 octane at all. The lowest grade now at the pump is what? Regular 85? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it goes from 85 to 91, right?
Yep.
Now, that does not make that much difference, people. So this one guy that was trying to tell us that, it just doesn't make that much difference. I'm sorry. Larry, what about your 2012 F-150, the top-selling vehicle in the world? What's going on?
Hi, gentlemen. Good morning.
Yeah.
What is going on with this is about a year or so ago, the sync system just kind of started spiraling down.
The what system? The sync. What do you mean the sync system?
You can sync your phone and everything to the
that's
truck.
what Ford calls their phone.
Oh,
phone.
You mean you're basically your electronics?
Yeah, your electronics for your phone and
the smart system, right?
Apps and whatnot.
I get it. Hold on, we'll come right back to you. Okay? I think you're going to find people among us who know about that.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Michael Brown in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon. 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Discover.
Some drama spots up on the north end of town. I-25 southbound at 84th. We've got a crash. No word on lane blockage, but heavy traffic back from 104th. About 5 minutes of slow driving through the area. Further north, I-25 northbound this time at E470 and Northwest Parkway. We've got an accident with stop and go back from 136th. This one significantly more delays, about 40 minutes of slow driving through the scene. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies as we head into the afternoon with highs in the lower 50s, overnight low of 29. Tomorrow, clouds rolling in with a high of 53. The current temperature in Denver's 49 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
We could talk about how complicated other banks make it to redeem credit card rewards. Or we could talk about how with Discover, you can redeem your rewards for cash in any amount at any time. Talk about amazing. Learn more at discover.com/redeem rewards. Terms apply.
You know, divorce is a serious time. It's a troubled time. You need an expert to get you through it who does not turn up the heat. So many attorneys make it so expensive because everything they do is a fight. You will not find that with Jesse Aschenberg. He has a very calming influence. He will handle your divorce, your legal separation, child custody modifications, enforcement of prior orders and agreements. And he's located in a convenient place, plenty of parking. It's at the Southlands Mall area, plenty of parking. And by the way, they do a lot of stuff online, including document sharing, text messaging, Zoom calling. You will love FamilyLawPros.com. FamilyLawPros.com. 720-259-8400. You know, I wish I had like a Ghostbuster theme. Who are you going to call when you have a septic system problem? You're going to call Boonstra. Boonstra Excavation. No joke. They specialize in septic repair. How many people do that? You need a new leach field, you need a new tank, you need a new inlet, outlet, maybe a full diagnostic, slow drains. Maybe you have clogs, free visual inspections, and reasonable fees for camera inspections. Now listen to this. SepticColorado.com is your one-stop shop, whether new, used, maintenance, or repairs. 970-278-6151. 970-278-6151. That's SepticColorado.com.
It's not easy.
What's that, sir? Oh, what's that?
How big a market is that for Boonstra?
Big of a what?
How big of a market is there?
Oh,
Is there
big.
really-
Everybody outside of Denver and outside of the local suburbs.
All the mountains.
All the Front Range.
Yeah.
All the mountains. All the eastern plains.
My
Everyone.
entire town I live in is all septic.
Wow.
The entire fucking town.
Mine too.
Oh my God, I can't even pronounce these octane boosters. Holy shit. Oh my God. This word is methyl cyclopentadienyl.
Oh, I love that stuff.
Tricarbonyl. Toluene.
Right before I run.
Okay, that was it.
Thanks, Doc.
It's
Put it
called
on your jalapeno
here,
poppers.
MNC is
It
what
controls
it's
the
called.
burn.
Oh my God, these fuel octane.
Thanks for lunch, Tom.
All right, boys, I'll see you on Monday.
Some high octane contain olefins. Isn't that
Good weekend.
wax?
What's that?
Olefins isn't that a wax?
Wax, yeah.
This guy calls jalapeno poppers Texas Twinkies.
Mm-hmm. Well, Texas Twinkies does the same thing, but you have to add a strip of brisket. Mm-hmm.
I got a little meeting. Tom, I'll see you, I'll come here on Monday. Okay?
Nobody's here Monday.
Oh,
Okay.
No show Monday.
okay.
So,
See you Wednesday.
No, we're here Monday.
I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Take it
now
easy.
Wednesday I might have my studio up and
All right, well,
running.
just text me.
Okay.
See you, Doc.
What's Monday? There's no show.
I'm okay.
Oh, guess who never called me back? The CFO. With the check deal from yesterday. I fucking saw that coming. 2 messages I left. And it's definitely him because it's a real voicemail. You've reached, Mark Schroeder, blah, blah, blah. I knew that lady was full of shit.
Oh my fucking kids. My daughter's car's on the fritz. It's It's brand fucking new.
Oh, what'd they find on it? Or they haven't yet?
What's that? There's one thing, I'll tell you. There's one thing that makes...
Of all cars, Nissan Rogue Platinum.
What about it?
You I know about me, yeah. But if I didn't know anything about Nissan, what a great little car. I can't stand them. Nissan Rogues.
Oh. My daughter's Elantra is giving her a lot of problems.
Languages for 40% off. Visit rosettastone.com today and save 40%. Rosetta Stone. How language is learned.
630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Larry's talking about his sync system, his electronic system, his digital component system in his 2012 F-150. They're not that sophisticated in 2012. Tell me what you mean, Larry, when you say it started having problems. What do you mean?
Well, it would not charge the phone when you plug in the USB connector.
Okay. What else?
Even with the little cigarette, lighter, trying multitudes of different
adapters. Okay, so the cigarette lighter would not. So, do you have a USB in it? Do you have a USB outlet in that vehicle?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so the USB would not charge. Well, what you're saying is the USB and cigarette lighter have no power. That's what we're saying.
Have no power at various times, and I could probably go back through and reset it, but
reset what?
Reset what? Tom Martino, and it'll call Bill Bixby.
What is that?
It doesn't recognize.
It doesn't recognize the caller. You try to. The sync system, you could tell it called Tom Martino, and it'll start dialing your number, but it's it's misdialing. It's calling other people.
What I'm thinking is, he has a 2012 system. How does that phone connect? Are you connecting through Bluetooth?
Yes.
It has Bluetooth capability.
How do you connect?
I'm actually the cord to plug into the phone.
Now, when you plug it in, does it ask you a question like, do you want to download contacts?
No.
Does it recognize your phone when you plug it in?
I think it starts to, but then as you're traveling along, about an hour later, you're actually, say you're at, 25% power, you'll be down to 18% power.
But you said there's no power in the cigarette lighter.
Well, yeah, that doesn't seem to work either.
Well, okay, so there's something common to that low voltage output. There's something common that's going on. That's all it is. It's an interruption because the same thing that connects it to power connects it to data. I just think you have a connection problem. I don't know if it could be a broken wire, but you definitely have something common to both of those. What is common? A fuse?
Do you know whether or not your data link connector works? Have you had any work done recently where anybody's tried to pull codes out of it?
Yeah, actually here, probably about November, I was driving up to Greeley and started having some rough problems driving. Turned out to be a coil, so I had to drop it into one of Tom's lovely, most loved Greeley dealerships.
Oh, my God.
To have it worked on. Or I wouldn't have made it home. I mean, I could have, taken it back to a place in Aurora where I live.
Okay,
I had to go up there. And
did you try something obvious like fuses?
That's where I was going, because at DLC, there's a common 20-amp fuse that also feeds that cigarette lighter and the USB ports.
So did you check the fuse that feeds both of those?
I have not checked the fuse.
I'll bet you it is. I'll bet you it's a fuse. And I'll bet you at one time you either had a wet phone or you had something moisture that popped
in there. Coin will short them out.
Just try that. Listen, your data and your power are not working, and it's all common to that cord. Did you try connecting Bluetooth?
Well, Bluetooth seems to work at times. But
Yeah,
the problem
that's what it is.
I'm having now is that, say I call Tom Martino, it'll be loudly spoken through the speaker system of the truck, calling Tom Martino. When it connects, I cannot hear him, even though it's on the sync system and not on my phone speaker system.
No, but I think it's all boiling down to that disconnection problem.
Yeah, get the voltage fixed first before
I think you're going to see everything clear up, I think. Would you just call us back? And you don't have to wait for car day. Call us back. Jeff, hi, Jeff. What's happening with you?
Hey, Tom. Happy Friday to you. Appreciate you taking the call.
Thanks, man. What's happening?
It's an ongoing issue, and each time I go, we go to a restaurant and we have dinner, food, whatever, drinks, and we got the bill. It's $100, and then there's a what's it called, a cost of living surcharge fee of 2.5%.
Why don't they just raise prices? That's really stupid. They should just raise prices as opposed to nickel and diming. People don't like that.
Right, it just costs the server, basically. You're like, you know what, I'm taking it out of the tip.
How much was the fee?
Well, it's 3.5%, so we spend about $100, and so $3.50. It's not going to break the bank, but I mean that's just there's. And my question is there some type of law that maybe they have to disclose that at the beginning?
Well, you know what? Actually, that's a good point. I mean, that is kind of a good point. Yeah. How do you know?
It's a sneaky way of doing it. Yeah, you don't know. I mean, it's gonna.
No, you didn't really agree to that. I mean, technically, Jeff, what if you sat down and it was a 25 or 50% cost of living increase? I mean, really, what if I mean, I believe technically
what are you going to do? Yeah. What are you
I
say?
believe technically they should disclose it. I really do. Yeah, in a perfect world, they will. I don't know if anybody would do it. I don't think there's a specific law that says if you're going to have a fee, you got to disclose it. But I'll bet you under the Consumer Protection Act, I'll bet you'll find it's a deceptive trade practice to charge after the fact without disclosure. See, when people ask about specific laws, I always revert to that because a deceptive trade practice is pretty broadly defined. And I think, do I think it's deceptive? Yes. Do I think anyone will do anything about it? No, because it's not that much money. That's what I think. What do you guys think?
I would hazard a bet that there's a sign someplace in the restaurant, or even in the small print down at the bottom of the menu where nobody ever reads.
I don't think so. What
about credit card charges now in a lot of places?
You have to disclose that if you're gonna charge the fees back to the customer. You have to be disclosed.
But you disclose it at the time you're asking for the card, not before you're there.
Hey, let's ask this: what's the name of the restaurant?
You want me to name drop it?
Well, sure.
Cherry Cricket.
Oh, really? That's been there for years.
Yeah, it's the newer one. They opened downtown. It used to be something else.
It's not the Cherry Cricket in Cherry Creek?
No, it's the one that's on Blake Street by the ballpark.
Oh, okay. Man, have you heard?
I mean, I don't want to single them out. It's happening at a lot of restaurants. This is just the most recent one, and it seems to be becoming a pattern. The second part of my question is, do I have the option of, would I say, I'm sorry, but I respectively decline to pay this fee? Am I in my rights to do that?
Well, I think you would be. That's just my opinion, not a legal opinion, based on the fact it wasn't disclosed and you had no choice. Unless there is a sign somewhere, as Jeff said. By the way, they should call it really the Biden increase. That's really what they should call it. Because ask them exactly when did this cost of living happen? And why is it cost of living? It's cost of Biden increase. But in any case,
they're gouging the patrons. The owner doesn't want to pay a certain amount of wages, so that's up to him. But he's like, well, I'm going to get crafty about this and sneak this one in on the back door to my employees, so I don't have to pay it. And like I said, I don't want to look bad on the employees. They're great people.
Yeah, I know.
The ownership that's doing this. And
that is true. Most people, if they're going to tip 20%, now they're going to tip 15% and put that. They're going to do it
exactly.
Yeah, it sucks. So, You know the biggest thing that came out for me on the news about these secret documents? These top secret documents that were at Biden's place? The biggest thing for me was that he owns a Corvette. I mean, I never knew he owned a Corvette.
Yeah, but he made a big point of telling him 3 times it was by my Corvette. Yeah,
and then he said, well, my Corvette's locked. I'd like to know, though, what kind of Corvette?
It's an older one.
How do you know?
A 65.
How do you know?
You can look it up on there.
It was a 2020 campaign ad.
Yeah, it was in his campaign ad.
What Corvette does Biden own? And, of course, that's all I had to type. What Corvette?
People been looking.
Oh, you know what?
It's a classic. It's a good-looking car.
That was my biggest deal. So I said, oh, that's pretty cool. And it did nothing for its reputation, of course. I mean, you know, it would be like...
It's a little braggadocious.
It's not very cool. What Corvette does Biden own? Okay. What were you going to say, Jeff? Okay, it's a 1967. It was a wedding gift from his father. Very cool. But do you know he has more cars? He has a collection.
I didn't know he had a collection.
He loves cars. Well, now I like him more. Automatically. I wonder who had the coolest car, who was president that had the coolest car. I wonder.
Who was the president that had the amphibious car? He used to like to take people for rides in it and scare them riding up to a lake, yeah.
What, like JFK or something?
No, it wasn't JFK. It was something more obscure. It was somebody that really wasn't that big of a name of a president.
I don't know. Somebody's going to call and tell us the answer. 303.
Lyndon Johnson.
Johnson? How do you know? Already? You looked it up already?
I got quick fingers.
Wow. Cool.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Discover.
Plenty of drama up on the north end of town. I-25 southbound before 84th Avenue. We've got a crash in the center lane with stop-and-go traffic back from 104th. About 10 minutes of slow driving through the scene. Further north for folks leaving the Denver Metro. I-25 northbound at E470 and Northwest Parkway. We've got a crash with stop-and-go back from 136. This one, pretty significant delays. We're looking at 40 minutes of delayed driving through the scene. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. Partly cloudy skies with a high of 50 degrees this afternoon. Overnight low of 29. Tomorrow, clouds rolling in with a high of 53. The current temperature in Denver is 49 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
We could talk about how complicated other banks make it to redeem credit card rewards. Or we could talk about how with Discover, you can redeem your rewards for cash in any amount at any time. Talk about amazing. Learn more at discover.com/redeem rewards. Terms apply.
The Art of Granite has a sale going on, which is rare because all of their countertop materials, they're at cost anyway. And you know what? What they will do is tear out and haul away the old kitchen free. They'll also give you a 20% savings this month. They do all natural stone, like quartz and like quartzite and granite or any other stone, and they do man-made materials. Yes, if you do the kitchen, you get a kitchen sink free. If you do the bathroom, you get a kitchen sink free. So, a bathroom sink free. So, here's what you have. Everything, including the kitchen sink. TheArtOfGranite.com, 303-386-5919. Get your price on the phone, 386-5919. It's only 2 days. Yeah, we only have 2 days to buy health insurance under open enrollment. You can't buy it otherwise. Don't be caught without it. It's the #1 reason for bankruptcy among younger people. You can buy insurance through Integra. What that means is they'll sift through all the policies, find the best one for you, so you don't have to do the brain damage, even if you're looking for supplements or drug plans under Medicare. Whatever you're looking for, whether it's for you individually, you and your family, or your company in a group plan, get health insurance simple and smart through Integra Insurance. It's the company you need to help you. IntegraInsurance.com, 303-466-5500. Get a free analysis of the
QR codes that people will lay over other QR codes to steal data or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep. The big one now is they're putting false ones up at some of the parking lots where you can pay with your parking,
like
the QR code. And then when you punch in your credit card number or whatever's stored on your phone there, they just got your credit card.
And you're going to get a fucking parking ticket if not towed.
Mm-hmm.
You know that little town, Idaho Springs, they went to paid parking the entire town, man. The entire fucking town.
Where at?
Idaho Springs.
No shit.
Bojo's Pizza up there. I don't know if you guys ever been there, but
years ago, yeah.
You got to park and pay everywhere in the entire municipality, I guess.
Now, that town was pretty heavily dependent on tourism.
Yes.
So I bet they got hit pretty hard during the whole shutdown.
I'm sure they did. The original Bojo's was the best, though. You know,
that's the one in Idaho Springs.
Yeah. But I mean, even that one anymore isn't quite what it was.
You know, I just remember because we used to stop there on the way back from skiing and snowboarding and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was more of a friend hangout and whatnot, so kind of a nostalgic memory type place.
That's true.
I don't know that the pizza was as good as we thought it was.
Yeah, probably not. The loaf of bread they surround it with.
Yep, and the honey and...
Yep. The honey's good, but... I like Bojo's Pizza, actually. They have food trucks.
Bojo's does?
Mm-hmm. There's one in Castle Rock, Bojo's.
One of the C-stores is selling their pizzas now, too. I know that the Love sells Godfathers.
Godfathers. Those were everywhere in Oklahoma. They were bigger than Pizza Hut.
I think there's only 2 or 3 here in Colorado now.
I've never even seen one here.
Well, they pulled out for a long time, and when they came back, and this was, got to be 10 years ago.
It ain't bad pizza.
Do what?
It's not bad pizza.
No, but they came back, and the restaurants are struggling because they were such bad service. But whether or not they've gotten better, I don't know. I haven't heard all the hype.
The ones in Oklahoma, I mean, I'm going back fucking 30 years, but they all had, like Pizza Hut used to have buffets. They had the buffets.
Oh, yeah. What was the one out here? Shakey's?
Mm-hmm. Shakey's Pizza.
Shakey's had the big, they had a bar and a buffet and a whole, but you can go watch a ball game at the bar and stuff.
CC's has a buffet still, but I don't think
that
they're
place is
here.
nasty.
Oh, they're totally
There's one up north, over by Freeway 4 up with the 140th.
They're big, like in Georgia. They're huge.
Yeah, well, and the Godfathers, they're also big in Iowa, and it used to be, I guess they changed it now, but when you got delivery pizza from, whether it was Pizza Hut, Domino's, or Godfathers, out in Iowa, it wasn't cooked at the store. The vans themselves were mobile pizza kitchens, and they would literally pull up to your house and cook the pizza right there.
Can you believe he kept that 67 Corvette from new?
Who?
Biden.
Yeah. It's a beautiful car.
Well, that's where he puts all his classified documents.
Mm-hmm. In a box next to the Corvette.
I loved how he said that, like it was fucking normal. Like, where else would that be?
My garage is locked. Because that stops everybody.
The Corvette's in there, so of course it's locked.
Yeah. So if the Russians wanted those documents, oh shit, he locked the door. God damn it.
Wait, talk about, isn't it funny how, turnabout is fair? It's just fucking crazy.
Well, what are the 3 places he had stuff now?
I think. And then what's really crazy is 4 days before the election, this last one.
November.
Now on iHeartRadio. Then you can hear news and talk that impacts your life.
Getting 630 KHOW from iHeartRadio.
Denver's talk station. Available on over 2,000 devices.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Okay, Mike, what's your comment on Biden's car collection?
You mean this commie isn't driving all electric vehicles like he wants us to?
No, he's not. No, he's not. But I don't think he drives much anyway, thank God. The roads
but that just goes to prove, do as I say, not as I do.
Well, I think these were before the crisis. Now, listen, he owns a 67 Corvette. Trump owns a Lamborghini Diablo, a McLaren. Holy crap. What are they? How much are they right now? McLarens. Aren't they like 6 or 7?
At least, yeah.
1,000. And then he owns a Silver Cloud Rolls Royce. Obama, do you know what he owned when he was president? A Grand Cherokee, a Chrysler 300 as senator, and when he became president, a 2008 Escape. My God. Obama owned a 2008 Escape when he became president. An Escape.
What is that? That's a
A little Ford SUV.
Trump had a McLaren and a Lamborghini and a Rolls-Royce Cloud. You know what, though? So who can... George Bush, guess. Of course, guess. F-150. And then Clinton had... He gave it up when he became president. 67 Mustang convertible, colored pink for his favorite color.
He had a Lewinsky.
It was for his favorite color. And the elder
Got
Bush's
that at the table.
The elder Bush, he had a red Studebaker, 47. And then Ronald Reagan, he had a CJ 8, and he had a Subaru Brat. Carter, he does not have any vehicles that, I mean, I don't know why, but they didn't list any.
Do roller coaster stock markets make you nervous?
He was so boring, fucking Carter. Now, some of the worst presidents in history, were they Republican or Democrat? In history. Let's go over them. Carter was one of them. He's Democrat. Trump, well, no, Trump wasn't one of the worst, but as far as the worst liked.
Who?
Trump.
Worst like what? Just president?
Least liked.
No, he was, no.
He was polarizing.
Effective-wise, he wasn't bad. And neither is Biden. So let's talk about the worst president. Carter. Who else? Johnson? I don't know. Was Johnson a bad president?
What did Ford actually do?
Yeah, Ford was bad.
Yeah, but he wasn't.
Carter beat out Ford, didn't he? Ford was a one-term president, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Carter didn't get shit done.
Well, no, the Iran hostage situation was what killed him.
Peanut farmer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
His brother's the drunk.
Didn't they have, who was the one with...
What about Nixon? He didn't accomplish a whole lot, did he?
So Nixon was Republican, Carter was
Yeah.
I think they each have their share.
I would say the most hated... I don't think Trump was the most disliked.
I'd say he would be the most polarized.
I thought he was the most disliked, but maybe not.
Let's see what Google says.
They don't say Trump. Look who you're asking.
Highest rated is Lincoln. Best and worst presidents. The 5 highest rated: Lincoln, Washington, Roosevelt, and Eisenhower.
Everyone loved Roosevelt.
Teddy or Franklin?
Bottom 10. I hate
Truman.
I don't even recognize like Zachary Taylor.
Yeah. You know who?
Warren Harding, Millard Fillmore.
Yeah.
They're the most hated.
I just know the name.
Donald Trump. James Buchanan.
You don't recognize these names? Seriously?
Wait, who did they make the musical about?
I don't recognize Zachary Taylor.
No.
Really?
The big musical.
What, 1776?
Jefferson. Oh.
Oh, yeah. Hamilton.
Hamilton.
That. He was one of the most hated, did you say?
Is Hamilton on there?
Nope.
Gerald Ford owned a Jeep and a black sedan Ford.
Most underrated. Kaufman.
Nixon had a 50 Oldsmobile 98. Johnson had Lincoln Continentals.
Woodrow Wilson. Well-established racist.
And an Amphicar.
Was he? I guess you go back far.
Kennedy liked Ford Thunderbirds, the old ones. Eisenhower, Cadillac man. Harry Truman, Chrysler. Chrysler was luxury model back then.
Yeah, it was.
Well, it kind of stayed Mopar's luxury brand. I mean, they got
Roosevelt had a Ford Phaeton.
Phantom?
Phaeton.
lost me. The only Chrysler I ever owned was my 300. It was nice.
What?
The 300?
Chrysler? Yeah, had the Hemi. It was pretty fucking fast, man. It was rear-wheel drive.
The wannabe Bentley.
Yep, that's what it was.
Yeah, that grill was really sweet, actually.
It was a nice looking car when it first came out. Holy shit, was there demand for that car?
You know, the Chrysler, the Genesis, and the Bentley have very similar fucking
aesthetics.
No, the birds or whatever the fuck.
Oh, the emblems.
The emblems, thank you.
Yeah.
James Buchanan was the smallest president, apparently.
Did you know President Biden was on Jay's garage?
Yes.
And he drove 120.
Yeah, I don't know if I believe any of that, but yeah.
Hopefully it was 120 kilometers.
Yeah.
Doesn't take a lot to flip the car over.
Depends what kind of car.
It's speed and everything else, but I mean, it's usually overcorrection. You know.
Yeah.
That's usually what it is.
I saw this video, I don't know if it's Instagram or not, but of this guy, this stunt driver, that could put a car on two wheels and drive it. I don't know how the fuck he did it. But
I've seen that, actually.
And there was somebody in California who did it on the highway.
I literally have seen that in an arena.
You could tell he did it on purpose.
Wow.
And that it was being filmed on because they obviously didn't know he was a stranger would have just been
sure.
filming. So he goes like this. How do you do that?
It's got to be tough on the tires too. Yeah.
What's the most common mistake people make when they have a blowout? They hit the brake.
What should you do?
First thing you should do is accelerate. Regain control and then slow down.
So really, an acceleration will help you regain.
Because you're pushing the vehicle at that point. If the vehicle's already trying to stop and it's unstable, when you hit the brakes, well, now those brakes are applying. You know, an analog brakes makes it a little bit better, but traditional brakes were even worse because now it's going to grab that one side, and it's trying to force to stop the other, and it takes you out of control. Takes you right off the road.
Wait a minute, I bought short mics, but they were from China and they were spelled S-U-R-E. No, I'm just kidding.
I bought speakers one time that were
from
fucking
a white van.
Fake JVCs,
From a white van. From a guy
it was in a van. It was.
Remember
the
that
gas
white
station.
van?
Oh yeah. Hey, we were just finishing up this movie theater.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We had extra ones. Mine actually were getting sold to a big, huge mansion.
They're just used for props, so they're in good shape.
We were wiring this bar down the street. I had it.
That was a big deal for a while. Those fucking knockoff speakers. And
if you were lucky, they worked.
They were
a lot of them were empty.
They were bad.
We bought a set for Channel, when I was on Channel 4 and opened it up. This big fucking box.
Little tiny speakers.
And they were called professional, so this guy did sell you professional speakers.
That's pretty good.
Shooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. If you are here, you can get your problem solved, your questions answered. You can make your life a little easier. And it's brought to you by CentryRV.com for RVs new and used up north on I-25, exit 240 to Longmont. But you go on the frontage road on the east side, they'd love to see. If you have a used RV, they'll buy it from you. But they'd love for you to trade, too, or just buy outright from everything from a camper trailer, pop-ups to beautiful motorhome. 31111. Pelton wants to talk about an issue. Go ahead. What's going on, Pelton?
Yes. I saw on the news, I was watching the news, and this segment came on the news that about this Air World CRISPR. It's like you put the...
Do you mean on the commercial or on the news itself?
No, not on the news itself. You know, they have different segments, you know. On
What news was this? What time of day?
Channel 4. It was like around 12.
Oh, noon,
12,
right?
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
I think I know what you're talking about. I think they have a segment, and does this kid do it? He does a product segment, and then he gives the number where you can buy the stuff?
No, it's this lady that was doing it.
Okay.
It's called CBSDeals.com.
No, I get it. A lot of
deal.
stations are implementing that for extra revenue. You know, and that's what the Today Show does all the time to make money, and they're open about it.
Right.
So it's CBS Deals, and what happened?
Well, it's supposed to be $39, so I bought 2 of them.
Well,
And
to what?
after
You
all
didn't
the
tell me what you bought. What a CRISPR?
It's called an Air. If you look it up, it's called Air World CRISPR.
Got it. Okay.
It looks like a top that you put on top of it. Well, anyway, after all of this $39 deal, because in the store it's like $59, so they're saying $39. Okay, so I bought 2 of them. It turned out to came up to $62 a piece.
So $62 a piece. Okay.
Right. So I bought 2 of them anyway because it's supposed to be this fantastic product, what they said on the news. And so I bought 2 of them, one for me, one for my mom. They get here, and I watched the video on YouTube on how to use this perfect.
I want to watch it. What is it called again on YouTube?
Air World CRISPR.
Air World CRISPR. Okay.
It's all it is. It's kind of wild, man. It's a top to a frying pan.
Yes.
That's all it is?
It's just like it's supposed to be an air fryer.
It turns an ordinary pan into a stovetop air fryer.
Okay, so what went wrong, sir?
And it's supposed to alleviate all the counter space, usage, and all of this stuff. So
yeah, I can't find it on YouTube.
It took an hour for 36 French fries to fry. To get that.
Wait, but it did work.
I'd be sending that back, bro.
Oh, Air Whirl,
right.
Not Air World.
Okay.
Air Whirl.
Yeah.
Got it.
World.
That,
Yes.
that was
now,
the
this
best.
Is the thing. This is the thing. The fries didn't come out crispy. It took an hour for it to get done. But this is the one thing about it is I'm trying to return this product.
Are you allowed to? Is it like
No,
like Amazon?
No. Well, Amazon, you can return your stuff. But Channel 4, I called Channel 4. This product does not work. I called Channel 4 News. This product does not work. They gave me a number to call. This number is in New York. I call them. They tell me it's not their responsibility. It's Channel 4's responsibility because they aired it. Channel 4 is saying they're not responsible. So I'm stuck. I have nowhere to return it and get my money back.
Well, but Channel 4 is owned by CBS. Channel 4 is owned by CBS, so they're the same company.
Okay. But the problem is I can't.
What does this... Wait, hold on, Red. Just wait a second. When you see these CBS deals on the air, what do they say about returns or guarantees or anything?
It doesn't say anything. It just says this is the best deal. This is the best deal I ever experienced.
I'm just on my phone, and it's just like returning on Amazon. You can go down to a return exchange.
From what?
On the CBS deals. And then you put in your order number, shipping, and you can initiate a return.
So you can go online and do it, we're told.
Okay. Well, this would...
okay, what website? Hold on, just wait a sec. He's going to tell you the website.
CBSDeals.com.
Go to CBSDeals.com. You look for an order. Do you have to have a login, Kevin?
Nope. You'll need an order number to...
You need an order number.
To initiate a return.
And you can return it. When did you buy this?
Like I bought it like a month ago. It just got here.
Okay, well, if it just got there, and
so I have no idea about.
Yeah, it's a big thing. It says CBS deals 100% guaranteed. Replace your order, return your order.
Yeah,
But
man.
They will fully excluding the original cost of shipping, and all items must be returned in the original condition, which means original packaging, labels, documentation, and accessories.
Do you have all the original stuff?
I have one. That's the one that I was going to give my mom. The other box I threw away because I'm thinking this is the best deal possible.
Okay, well, you're not going to be able to. You're not going to be able to return it.
It is so funny looking. It's just a lid.
You know, do you have a credit? Did you pay on credit card?
Yes.
You can always contest the charge.
Okay.
On the one they won't take back. Try that.
With your return, contact us at help@cbsdeals.com.
Help@cbsdeals.com. You know, that is weird. But okay, on a call, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255, Mark.
I thought Dragon was kidding, but
what?
It literally takes 3 AA batteries. This lid.
3 AA batteries. Than an air fryer, it says.
Better than an air fryer. It's better than an oven.
Man, a lot of people have reviewed it. So basically, it goes over the top, and it whirls the air, so to speak. So it keeps it whirling. But it's not an air fryer because, well, it kind of is. You make the hot air.
It's a convection. It's just moving air.
You know, an air fryer, I
Why
mean,
wouldn't it
any
work?
convection oven's an air fryer.
303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, as I said, we have open lines. You get right through, talk about anything. We've also been talking about things being discontinued on cars. We'd like to discuss that, too, if you have any. Coming up.
Are you thinking about selling your home? With Orchard, you can skip the typical headaches and hassles of listing a home and go straight to getting an all-cash offer. It's simple. Once Orchard determines your home value, they make you a cash offer. Then, when Orchard sells your home for more than they paid you for it, you keep all the profit. If you're ready to maximize your earnings on your old home and minimize the
courts and talk it over to keep the charges and the fees lower. That's what Harris Family Law does, collaborative law. They've been doing it for years. Harris Family Law also does something else called unbundled services. They'll do as little or as much as you want, so you can do some of the legwork yourself to keep costs down. And another thing, mediation. Oh my God, mediation can save you thousands. Why don't you call Harris Family Law and see what they can do for you if you're facing a divorce, separation, child custody issues? 303-515-5000. 303-515-5000. HarrisFamilyLaw.com.
If you had frozen pipes and now you have damage, you got a claim you're putting in with your homeowner's insurance company, you need to call Matt over at Paragon Services. You know, my insurance company said I had 0 damage on a roof after we got hailed on. I saw my neighbors getting a new roof. So they $70,000 when he was done. Any issues you have with your homeowners, you need to call Matt. It's simple as that. You can reach Matt at 719-726-0020 or go to referralist.com and search Paragon.
If you're looking... So?
I did 8 fucking commercials for him 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, okay? Recorded. Hitting different topics when we had the frozen pipes and shit. Every fucking one of them I did. I put 719.
Oh, no.
726 0200. It's 00. I got it fucking backwards. Every fucking one. Every fucking one I had to go back and do.
That reminds me, I got to change Boonstra's recorded.
Yeah, for the web.
I don't know why every time I hear you say it, I chuckle. Boonstra.
It's a weird It was worse. He had BoonstraExcavation.com.
Unka Hinka. Yeah.
My favorite still, talking about websites, was
MichelleGarolowski.com.
Whoa.
And
Good
Michelle wasn't spelled traditionally either.
Oh, God.
It was MACHELL.
Like the coach for Duke, MikeShashevsky.com.
It would take 30 seconds just to tell people what that website is if you really wanted to. God, it was.
And they'd never make it.
No, I mean you never fucking remember that. Michelle with an A, that's right. And then I can barely pronounce the last name, let alone spell it.
Gorolowski. I swear to God, she's on the phone with this lame-ass advertising agent.
Michelle Gorolowski.com.
So Suzanne on the plane?
Yeah, she lands at 5:30.
After she spent another $12,000.
Oh, fuck.
This time for ice cream cones.
Yeah.
It is amazing.
A burrito.
How corrupt that fucking place is. It's so corrupt, man. You know, did you see how many people it took to get what's his face's kid a few weeks ago? Who's the big gangster over there that's in?
Oh, yeah.
Escobar.
His kid.
Escobar
it
or
it
the
was
little
like
guy?
4,000
What's his
federales.
There's a couple.
He's
Escobar's
surrounded
one.
by an
Chapo.
army,
El Chapo.
That's who it is. Chapo's kid. 4,000 troops to go in and get this fucking guy.
Pablo was bigger than Chapo, right?
He was a billionaire.
Pablo Escobar was bigger than Chapo, right?
I think Chapo was a billionaire.
And yeah, Escobar might have been too old. I mean, might have been the old school. Let's see, who's bigger?
Who's richer?
A bigger crook.
Escobar, he's not Mexican though, is he? Wasn't he like
Venezuelan or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Is his name El Chapo?
El Chapo.
El Chapo.
C-H-A-P-O?
C-H-A-P-P-O.
Did you guys watch that movie, The Mule?
I started to. I couldn't get into it.
What, Clint Eastwood? I thought it was
Yeah.
pretty good.
I fucking love Clint Eastwood. What's the one? Gran Turismo. Fuck, was that a good movie, man?
Gran Torino.
Torino.
I didn't find any meaning to it. What did you
Oh,
like?
I loved it. I just thought it was a great movie. It's just, you know, he did not like that culture
Chapo
whatsoever.
doesn't have two pieces.
It didn't have two pieces?
Well, you know the
Escobar was bigger than ever, but because of the Pablo had what do you think his worth was? Pablo had 30 billion. Holy shit! Chapo was worth 1.4 billion.
Oh my God!
After your
30 billion. Pablo Escobar. Where is he? Is he in jail?
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right, what is being discontinued on cars? I have John on the phone, but let's go over the ones we already did. On cars, crank windows, manual transmissions, regular brakes, carburetors, lockout hubs, ashtrays, lighters, CD player, keys, vent windows, metal antennas. How about bench seats, AM radios, spare tires? What do you got, John?
Well, what you brought up, it was mentioned earlier, push-button gear selectors in the steering wheel and on the dash on DeSotos and Chryslers in the 50s, but they brought them back. The new Lincolns, I went to the car show a couple of years ago, the new Lincolns have push-button, park, reverse, neutral drive back on the dash.
Really?
They're not a
Is
gear
that true?
selector on the
I didn't
steering
know
wheel
that.
or on the floor. They're actually on the dash.
Wow. I wonder, are they doing away with them again, though, probably, right, or not? I don't.
Oh, no, they brought them back. They've gotten rid of it from being on the floor.
No, I understand.
I
didn't know they were always on. They were never on the floor, were they? What do you mean on the floor?
No, I don't think so. But they're push button now on the dash, right next to the radio.
I see. Okay.
Well, with today's new technology inside transmissions, you don't need that actual physical shifter anymore. Most of them just do it electronically, so it is truly a button.
Man, I didn't know they had push
the newer
button.
Lincolns have got them on just a push button on the dash.
So, wow. I didn't know they had them like that. So, what about motorcycles? Why don't they make automatic? Motorcycles that are automatic, so to speak, do they? I mean, they don't, do they?
There's electric bikes.
Well, I meant okay, that would be auto. But I mean where you don't have to shift a gasoline bike.
I don't know about a gasoline one.
Some of the little kids' bikes with powder clutches and whatnot.
Some of the smaller ones, but not your Harleys.
No, your big ones all have shifters.
I had a crotch rocket that actually had a shaft. It was a Seika 750. There was no chain, and that thing was fast.
So I'm looking to see on new cars what push button transmissions. They say push button shift console on a Hyundai? And what year is this one? No fooling, it's a
my Genesis. You
push
just
button
turn
shift
the knob.
console on.
Yeah.
Oh, this was shown for demonstration purposes only. Availability and functionality would differ. If they have push-button transmission on this Hyundai, they say they're coming out with.
Why would you want a push-button transmission?
They're cool.
For what?
Well, why do you need a shifter? My shifter is a push-button, and the Beamer, it's a push-button. It's not a real shifter. It's just a joystick. That's all it is.
That's what I'm. But why?
Is it yours a joystick?
In which car?
Genesis on that.
It's a big wheel, and I just turn it.
That's like a push button. That's all it is. I mean, that could be a push button.
Yeah, I don't even.
It's a switch.
I guess what I'm saying is, why would you want a push button?
Why do you want a wheel?
Dial? I mean,
maybe it's easier to see.
Why do you want a shifter? Why do you want anything? I mean, different things are kind of cool.
I think we have paddles on the wheel, too, which I don't think I've ever used them one time. Do you have paddles on the Beamer?
We talked about it. Yes, you can switch to manual and go to a paddle.
Which is, there's no, what would the purpose of that be?
I think the G-Wagon had one too, and I don't understand.
Aside from being able to, be more sporty with it and everything else, when you're going through the mountains, if you're climbing a hill and it's getting shift busy, you can pull it down in a manual, pick the leg.
Oh, that's true.
Or when you're on a descent and you want to hold it back a little bit, keep it in third gear so it controls your speed, you're staying off the brake.
But as far as, take a Corvette, a brand new one. If you have an automatic transmission, it is going to be way faster than if you try to manually do it.
They're definitely more efficient.
Way faster.
And better, yeah. Steve, the painter, Star Quality Cars, go ahead.
Well, back in the 50s and 60s, on the floorboard, right there next to the brake pedal, there was a button, a silver button. You pushed it in and out.
For starting the car? Oh, no, what is he talking? Oh, for the brights.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we talked about that. Yep. For the brights.
Yeah. Yeah, that was, a lot of people don't know about that stuff, and you're going, what the heck is that button for? They keep hitting it left and right, God forbid.
No, I know what you mean. And, nowadays, too, the automatics work so good that you can put it on automatic bright control. And I thought it might piss people off. It might take a little while. It doesn't. And I don't know how the hell it knows the difference between a bright light somewhere and a headlight, but it does. I mean, the technology is so smart, it's scary. It just gets really, really smart. Anyway, so cars are, we're in cars probably. I'll bet you we're in cars as much as we're in our homes almost. Except we got long periods of time where we sleep. But think about how much time people spend in their cars.
Especially if you're in California or something and you're,
so you should
2
have
hours.
a car that's comfortable and all that. And then that's the one thing I wanted to talk about. The comfort level of cars has come up on all cars.
Yeah.
There used to be some cheap-ass feeling cars. There aren't many. I mean, there really aren't many really cheapy feeling cars. Do you think? I don't think so. I mean, there are some that feel maybe better. Then you get to a point where, okay, now they just want to increase the price. Do you
remember the little Geo Metro? That thing was trash.
And the Suzukis.
They're all
the Sidekick, Suzuki Sidekick.
Or any of the Suzukis, the little Geo Metros, they were like scary.
Those were like $6,000, I think, when they first came out.
You remember the Yugo?
Oh, God,
yes,
yeah.
the Yugo.
Wasn't that a 3-cylinder like the Metro?
And then there were a lot.
I bet it would be very hard to find a Yugo on the road today.
I'm
sure
there's
one.
I had the first Hondas. I had the first Honda shipped to America. That was called the Honda 600. It was a motorcycle engine. I swear to God.
Oh yeah.
It was.
It almost looked like a little Beetle thing, right?
Kind of. Well, no, more like a little Mini.
Yeah.
Now, my car cost brand new at the time, I believe it was $1,800, $1,895 or something. Brand new car. I bought when I was in college. My first new car was that little Honda, and I bought it, and that was from Florida back to New York on $12 or $13. Think about it. Gas was
maybe
cheap,
even less, yeah.
And it got 60 miles to the gallon. Imagine that. That was that little car. I mean, I don't even know how it ran on a motorcycle engine, but it was so cool. And Mark, that's the one that launched my career. The one I sold to that girl. She didn't pay me on, and then I went after her in the newspaper. But you know what's really weird is that little car was maroon. If you look, I wonder if there are any still around. I don't even think they'd be legal. I mean, they were like paperweights with motors. I mean, they were a little weird. But I remember then they also had the 3-cylinder Saab. Do you remember that? 3 cylinders. I think it was a 3-cylinder.
Are those gone? Saab's gone, right?
Yeah, Saab is a car. Is it gone?
They were 5 cylinders.
Audi 5? Okay, whatever.
Audi also had
they
a
had some
5-cylinder.
odd number.
Yeah.
And then what about, there was a Citroen. Do you remember that? That was a weird-looking car. I wonder if they
Super comfortable, though.
You know,
it was like an air ride.
It's just how many people, the DeLorean, I mean, the DeLorean was it was not very good. But it was like a thing at the time, like a Tesla. It was just weird to have. 303-713-8255. More coming up.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Leland Conway at 2, 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Discover.
It's a better drive on southbound I-25. At least the accident that was blocking the middle lane before 84th, it's been moved off to the right shoulder. Traffic, though, it is still slow from 104th. Then an accident's been moved off to the right shoulder, getting up through Broomfield, northbound I-25 at E470, a delay there from 120th. And there is a collision at the intersection of Quebec and Colfax. Denver weather, cloudy but sunny, a high up to 62. The low getting down to 31. Right now it is sunny and 62. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Karen Johnson, 630 KHOW.
We could talk about how complicated other banks make it to redeem credit card rewards. Or we could talk about how with Discover, you can redeem your rewards for cash in any amount at any time. Talk about amazing. Learn more at discover.com/redeem rewards. Terms apply.
If you have a septic system anywhere out in the eastern plains, the Front Range, the suburbs, the country, the mountains, you need to know the name Boonstra Excavation. They specialize in septic systems. Do you realize not many companies do? This is all they do. SepticColorado.com. That's all they do. If you need a new system, you call Boonstra. If you need to repair a system, you call reasonable camera inspection fees or leach fields, alarms, floats, whatever it is, Boonstra. It's SepticColorado.com. 970-278-6151. People who 600, but is it for sale? Let me see, or is it just talking about them? You wouldn't have cars from the 70s still for sale, would you? Not
sure.
Oh, this is fully restored.
Fully restored Honda.
This is exactly the car I had. This is so cute.
Who the fuck would want that?
Man,
I know. Remember when, who was it that pulled up here with the K car?
The Honda 600.
How about the Limited? I never understood why they called it the LTD there. I mean, they made probably $1 billion of them.
Mitsubishi existed.
It was the first car they made, the Honda 600. Did you know that?
Well, the first one they imported here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a Mitsubishi Galant VR4. All-wheel drive, all-wheel steering, and turbo. That was a cool car.
You could buy an original brochure for the sales.
It was.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It looks that's it, right? The 600. Yeah.
They say it was.
Looks like a Mini. Yeah.
Technically advanced.
What would make you buy that of all the things back then?
60 miles to the gallon.
Okay. So this is how much it costs.
Well, like
Sticker.
I said, it's a motorcycle.
$1,473.
And I bet you could probably get it down a little.
It was $1,473, brand new. Oh my God, I love that car so much.
You know what? You never see
it was
anymore?
a brand new car. I loved it.
When's the last time you seen one on the road?
What car?
Smart cars.
God, they
what is
look
that?
so dangerous.
Oh, that little Mercedes.
Little like one seat.
Odd place.
Honda made an N36 360. It was air cooled.
I used to bust Rolly's balls so bad on his shit. Oh, you know, it's not far to get to my Corvette dealership. I'm like, fucking bullshit, man.
Yeah, bring lunch.
You are fucking full of shit.
What did he say?
He's acting like
yeah,
it's
but if a short 20-minute drive.
short 5-minute drive from anywhere.
Well, not from Franktown.
Fuck, he was so Fort Lupton.
This is a place that all it does, its whole business model, parts for Honda 600s.
Holy crap.
It is. It's called 600miles.com. It's for the N600, which was regular. See, I love that. I mean, I just loved it so much.
That's got to
You
be more of a
understand,
hobby.
My first new car ever.
My first new car, I bought Suzanne a fucking Kia minivan. I never lost so much fucking money on a vehicle in my life. I bought it brand new.
That was the Sophia, right? Sophia, something like that, yeah.
I forget what it's called, but man, did I get
They even have
fucking...
carbs. Carb.
Suzanne and I almost died on that so many times.
Do you know?
I'm really surprised I lived through my fucking crotch rocket days. I was a moron.
I'd love to get another bike.
Do you know what they're selling for these motherfucking Honda
Yeah, someone will
600s?
tell
They're
you.
selling for now $26,000.
Why didn't
They're
you
selling
keep?
for 26. I bought it for 1,400.
Why didn't you keep yours? Should have bought two.
20? Nobody's paying 26.
No.
For that. I don't give a shit what you ask for. You're not paying. You're not gonna pay 26 grand. What are you crazy?
Nostalgia.
Probably
You're
10 to
fucking
15 at the most.
For maintenance, just to get the
Afternoons 4 to 6.
Hey, it's Dan. Join me today at 4. We'll dive into the latest craziness from D.C. and from the loony left right here in Colorado, and we'll have a lot of fun doing it. Join me at 4.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Here to help you solve all your problems. Okay, let's talk about things being phased out of cars. Shane, go ahead. What do you have?
Well,
yes,
you guys
Shane.
are probably old enough to. You guys are probably remember all these. I don't think they've put them on cars for a long time. I don't remember what they were called, but they used to have indicators on each corner of the vehicle, and they were attached to a switch on the steering column. And then you would move that that switch to the right or to the left, and it would make those indicators on the corners of the car come on.
What?
Now, yeah, remember?
Some sort of manual marker lights?
And then people would know that you wanted...
Not a turn signal. They're called cornering lights. That's what they're called, cornering lights.
Blinkers. Talking about blinkers.
Yeah, he was joking.
Most people don't know how to use them.
There are cornering lights. There are really
You know what?
Yeah, you fooled me.
You know what?
Where when you turn your wheel to go around a corner, that lower light turns on. And
I have never heard of that one.
I have one on my car right now.
That's crazy.
Right now.
It's not a blinker.
Left or right. I had it on the G, too. You turn, and that side would go on the bottom like a spotlight. And it illuminated the corner. I don't know why it did it, but it did. And I called them cornering lights. I had one on my motorhome, too. In fact, all my motorhomes had cornering lights. If you backed up, because here's why. Someone would inevitably say, you have a light out. And I said, no, I don't. That's my cornering light. Am I the only one who experienced this? You guys never heard of them? Okay, yeah, because I pretty well think it was real. Okay, Steve, go ahead. What about you?
Well, when you were talking about Biden and his Corvette, I got to thinking he may not remember that they don't make 8 tracks for his tape deck anymore.
That's
either.
true. That's true. He might have it. They got phased out before anything. I mean, it's like, wow. I mean, all entertainment, really, the only thing you have in a car right now is you have some kind of radio, but they're even doing away, I think, with all radio, not just AM, FM, but I think they don't even need anything except a CarPlay interface. That's what people are doing. All they want is a place to put their phone. You
know what bugs me about the Tesla?
Yeah. What?
You can't get rid of the map. Can't get rid of it.
What would you want? You can turn the display off, can't you?
Nope.
No.
Can't get. No, not just
Can
can't
you
turn it off.
Can you turn
can't get rid of the map.
Okay, but can you turn it down? The brightness?
Yeah, but I'm saying you can't make the map go away. If you're watching TV or something, it still has the map there. You can't get rid of the map.
You can't watch TV on it.
Yeah, of course you can.
No, you can't. You got to be stopped.
Yeah, when you're stopped.
Yeah.
And you can't get rid of the map.
But the map is just... Who first discovered these papers?
That is the question. They were discovered 4 or 5 days. Our AG knew about them. Before the election. But I've thought the same thing. Like, why are Biden's attorneys going through his garage?
No, the attorney's one was the one in his office in the.
Well, but wait.
But why were they there?
No. Are we to believe that Biden is so honorable, really, that he sent his people to look for any way he may have screwed up? No, I'm serious.
No, of course
How did
not.
they find him? Did an independent guy find him?
That's the question. Why?
Did Hunter get pissed off and drop a dime on his dad? How did anyone find out? Who found out?
No idea.
I mean, did anyone disclose that, how they were discovered?
No.
If anyone knows, give us a call, 303-713-TALK. I'd like to know how those things were discovered in the
They're
first
not
place.
saying.
They're not saying?
No. That's the whole thing, though. Who the hell is looking through his garage?
That's just it.
It's crazy.
Because it's locked, so how'd they get in there?
Well, it's a garage.
All right. Somebody wrote to us and was upset that a bunch of white men are complaining about Handmaid's Tale and they don't know the real meaning.
What do you mean? I never complained about it.
And as far as Mark said, I don't see it as a novel about education at all, although not providing education to women and girls is part of the book. Anyway, she says, I don't want to call. Okay, so
what's your beef, though?
She gave me a link about what Handmaid's Tale can teach about the future. She said that's what it's about. It's a bigger topic.
Yeah, that's what we were reading.
Well, 1984 did the same thing, but they're not teaching that.
I don't know. Well, actually, Animal Farm we were required to read, right, in high school?
Yeah.
Which was kind of like that.
You know what?
And hold on. Steve, what's being phased out of cars? Steve? I thought we had a new caller here, no?
So, the only movie I remember seeing in, say, middle school, the only movie, and tell me if you guys seen this.
In middle school.
The Boy with the Red Balloon. And it was the dumbest movie I've ever seen.
I don't remember. You said it. You mentioned that once before.
The Boy with the Red Balloon. And it's just this kid. He lets his red balloon go, and it just floats through the city. That's the only movie I really remember seeing in school.
We were gone. We were taken to The Godfather in school.
Oh, my God.
Yes, we were.
That seems a little crazy.
Wait, could I have been in high school?
Yeah,
I was out of
New
high
York.
school. No, wait. What was it? There was something. What year did it come out?
I think this is like those cornering lights.
Just wait. What year did The Godfather came out? I remember it being some kind. What year?
72.
72. It was high school, and I was graduating. That's right. 72. I graduated. So it was my senior year in high school. Yeah.
And you went out to the movies.
They took us to see The Godfather. I don't know why.
But, I mean, they brought you to the movies.
Only the Italian kids. No, I'm just, but I don't know. I still don't know why. But anyway, that was it. Give us a call, 303-713-TALK, any and all topics. If you need a problem solved, let's do it.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Discover.
The crash has completely cleared 25 southbound just before 84th Avenue, but traffic, it is still experiencing some slowdowns coming away from accident taking up the intersection at Quebec and Colfax. Denver weather, sunny for the most part, a little bit of clouding with a high of 62, a low down to 31. Tomorrow with a high of 52. Right now it's partly sunny and 62. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, Karen Johnson, 630 KHOW.
We could talk about how complicated other banks make it to redeem credit card rewards. Or we could talk about how with Discover, you can redeem your rewards for cash in any amount at any time. Talk about amazing. Learn more at discover.com/redeem rewards. Terms apply.
If something happens to your house, a fire, a flood, a broken pipe, maybe you have asbestos black mold, whatever it is, please don't get victimized twice. Remember this name, and I hope you never need them. American Restoration 24/7. This is truly the place you want to call for help. American Restoration 24/7. And why? Because Rock and his team have the experience to mitigate and to rebuild, to deal with insurance, to do everything you need. They'll do as little or as much as you want. You are in full control, but they truly have the expertise. That's AmRest. 8337 AM Rest. Remember it. Somebody just called me on New Year's Day having a flood and needed them. They didn't have the number written down. It's very easy. 8337 AM Rest. And you know you can be they can be trusted. You won't get some shyster in there trying to rip you off. Online, it is amrest247.com.
You guys know how seriously I take classified documents.
He always says that. Okay, so it's a
Bet you it
cautionary
was,
tale.
Little Mexican maid from South found him.
Or the guy that buffs his fucking car.
Oh no, look at this.
Oh, Mr. President. You can't get better than National Archives. God,
Yeah, but you got to wonder who else has top secret stuff. If all these guys are just taking boxes with them.
I would guess everybody.
Yeah.
I like Trump, though, when he said, as president, you can just think they're no longer classified and they're not. That was the best.
I know. I know.
You don't even got to say it. You just got to think it.
I said it to myself, so it happened.
Oh, my God.
I thought it. I'm like, that is the fucking answer. That is the best answer ever. How are you going to prove he didn't fucking think it? I swear to God, some of the shit that comes out of his fucking mouth. How about when he was making fun of the guy whose name sounds Chinese? What is he, Chinese? It's like, God bless, man. Or, you know, the funny president, too, though, is Clinton. No one will ever forget that.
No, he says
He
Governor,
didn't have sex.
Governor Youngkin's name.
Well, that was our fault, though.
Yeah, Youngkin.
That was our fault, okay? Because I mean, if he smoked pot but he didn't inhale,
Yeah, of
then he
course.
wasn't smoking pot, okay?
No, of course
So if
not.
you get oral sex but she doesn't swallow, then you didn't have sex. And we know that happened because of the stain on the dress.
That's so funny.
The definition of is.
Oh, I know.
Or something.
These
Hey,
people
give him credit, though.
reelected are arguing about this shit in Congress. Who gives a fuck if he got a blowjob?
Yeah.
That's between him and Hillary and Monica.
Yeah.
It was the dumbest
Hey,
shit
look
ever.
at JFK in Maryland, man. I mean, come on. Let's face
JFK
it. Do
and
you
a million people.
Do you really want the man with his finger on the nuclear button?
Youngkin. Now that's an interesting take. Sounds Chinese, doesn't it?
Isn't that the best?
But, I mean, think about it.
He couldn't have won without me. I endorsed
Do
him.
you really want the man with his finger on the nuclear button to be sexually frustrated?
Fuck no. I just
I say
can't.
give it to him.
I can't get over how each side just fucking hates the other.
Oh, yeah.
It's so remarkable.
But as angry as you get with Clinton, and then he talks you out of it.
You know what, though?
You know, you vote
He had the charisma.
He
baby.
did.
Trump brings it out.
He would stop
Oh,
it
yeah.
in McDonald's
And
and
that-
play the
but
saxophone.
that's his
on
downfall,
Saturday
though,
Night
too.
Live and shit.
He
You
wasn't
know?
a bad president.
Trump brings it out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God! Right now, Bill Clinton would be as conservative as they get.
Yep.
Yeah.
God, it's crazy how far we've come.
Obama wasn't that bad.
Ugh.
I can't stand Obama. He fucked up health care to the point I just can't believe it. And I voted for him fucking twice.
Why?
Because he's stupid.
He didn't fuck up my health care until after the second vote. He had the charisma too, though.
He was too condescending. You know,
Trump
always.
calls his former secretary, Elaine Chao, wife of Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, China-loving Coco Chow.
Isn't there music that goes with that? Da-na-na-na-na-na.
Conversation has completely made me crazy.
We're talking
I wanted to really talk about
right here.
It never ends. Never a slow day.
630 KHOW, Denver's talk station.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Dave, what is your comment, sir?
I have two on those cars, things that faded away on cars. Remember the old CB radios came with the AM, FM 8-track?
Yeah.
And the telephone antennas on the Cadillacs?
Oh, yeah. Antennas in general are going away. Totally.
And especially that one decal, baby on board.
Yeah. Hey, what about...
God, I still see those all the time.
You know, somebody else talked about those vent windows. Remember those? Those little vent windows with the little handle you'd latch and unlatch and... Yeah. I don't think you even find a crank window anywhere, ever.
I bet they still... You don't think they sell any?
I guarantee they do.
What, Dave? Hold on. Dave, what'd you say?
Those collision lights, everybody used to buy them and put them on the back of their dash, for the back window, the collision light.
I've never seen those. Were they like extra brake
You've never
lights?
seen them? Yeah, they're little collision lights you buy auto. Back then was, what was that? Not AutoZone, it was the auto parts store?
Checker.
Checker. They used to sell the collision lights. You put them in the back of your car.
So it was like an extra brake light, no?
Right. Extra brake light.
Speaking of brake lights, I can't tell the difference with some of these people driving, whether they have their tail light on or brake light, because it's on all the time. Have you ever noticed people that always ride the
their
brake?
foot on the brake, yeah.
Do you notice, by the way, do a lot of people come in with bad brakes because of that, or what? I mean, can you ride anti-lock brakes?
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, and they just heat up, start squeaking. Yeah.
When you're slowing down in the Tesla, the brake light's on without touching the brake. Do you know that?
Oh, every time you take your foot off the accelerator, yeah, because it does slow down pretty much.
And you can usually tell somebody who rides their brake because the inboard pad will wear faster than the outboard.
Yep.
Because it presses that one first.
Okay. All right. And people are right, though, about turn signals. They haven't been phased out. That was a joke, obviously. But very few people use them. And there's something else. When it rains, I've seen a plethora of people, I mean more than ever, not use wipers. And I don't understand. I swear to God that mentally I'm having a little game in my head to see how long I can go without the wipers. And I say, I'm not going to use them till I see others use them. And I'm thinking, how the hell and why are they not using their wipers?
Have you ever run out of juice and the window's so bad because it was snowing or something where you're like picking up snow or dumping a water bottle just to see out the freaking window?
I like this. The people who park outside or they don't have a garage, God love them, and maybe they can't afford it, and they're driving with little portholes.
Yeah, like a little periscope.
And a foot of snow on top of their
and
car.
You're thinking, oh my God. There's literally a little circle in their windshield and a circle on the side, and you're thinking, holy cow.
First year we moved here, man, first winter, ice all over the windshield.
Yeah.
Guess what I did?
What?
Hot water, baby.
And broke it.
Oh, God, did it break.
Ava, what's going on?
Hey, I got to tell you, Tom, I have rolled down windows. I bought a brand new car January 2018. It was a Chevy Spark 2017, and I bought it because it was one of the last ones they had on sale from 2017. And I have arthritis, and I hate it. I hate it.
Which was an electric, but
So
I thought
these-
the Spark was what?
These are all brand new cars with crank windows.
No.
Yeah, Ford
and the-
F-150 XL, Nissan Frontier, Ford F-250 XL, Jeep Gladiator, and Jeep Wrangler.
Come on!
Those-
No, you can get them with cranks, right?
Those F-Series are the
Ava.
bottom end for fleet.
Ava, it's time to trade. How many miles you got on that car?
Oh, I hardly ever drive it. It's got about 15,000.
You hardly drive. You can probably get good money for that car and then go out and buy another one.
I know, but I don't want to. I've had no problems with it except the damn windows. Sometimes I want to say something to someone on a bicycle on the road. And
like F you.
Because they wear those funny shorts, huh?
No. Or someone jogging, I want to say, hey, I wish I could do that.
Yeah. You know,
But it has a backup. It has a backup. What do you call it? A backup camera.
I think almost every
backup
car
camera.
does
No,
now.
listen, a manual windows, but a backup camera.
Oh, they are.
Thank you, Ava, for calling. You know, don't speak to cyclists, though. They're mean. They're mean people. They are. They're just, I don't know. You're supposed to be happy, right? You're out in nature.
Oh, my God. They come through our neighborhood once a year. It's horrible. They shut the roads down.
No, I'm talking about just normal commuters on bikes. I don't know.